Somebody asked. All right, gotta go let them know.
Yeah.
The peak of professionalism.
I haven't gotten the email. Oh, wait, I just got an email. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm assuming they're live because someone just put it, like Mother Green's put a thing in the chat.
Yeah.
A very cute little anime waifu saying hello.
Yep. Yes. Now, I get emails when Meltdown Town goes live, so I might give out the stream key to a number of people, but I'll at least know when they're using it.
Cool,
right.
awesome.
So, we are here. Welcome to the third week of the Meltdown League, and I am here with your current leader on the ladder, Riffrath.
Hey guys, how is it going? You know, I got there with Wanderer Rag, very skilled, I know, and I'm looking forward to these games. Oh man, we're gonna get a lot of really cool matches and hopefully a lot of really cool decks.
And Wanderer Rag.
Wanderer Rag is just as cool as like Burn Starhorn, okay?
I mean, I think Wanderer Rag is cooler than Burn Starhorn. Like, let's be honest here.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, so for our first game, we got Danoobs versus Fast and Blast. With
it's pretty interesting too because like if you look at both of their hands, they both just want to hit each other really hard in the face with burn damage.
Yeah, I mean, Fast and Blast is definitely playing the faster tempo Ziran or whatever with the Flame Bloods and all that snaz.
Ugh, vitriol. All right.
Oh yeah, Riv, I forgot that Ziran is your favorite general.
Yeah, I'm definitely not biased here, so it's fine. All I'm saying is Danoobs better win or life sucks, you know?
All I'm saying is Purgatos plus Dire Tide Frenzy.
That's actually terrifying. I really hope we get to see that.
Oh man, when I was streaming, somebody kept bugging me to run Hate Furnace Purgatos one day.
Oh, that sounds so cool. I don't know
if it was Danoobs, but
interesting. I'm actually really surprised that we don't see a replace on the spikes here.
Yeah, it's like a little bit early for it. Though, you know, maybe they're looking for a flash to just deal 9, which isn't great against Ziran, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Purgatos is just your win con, right? Like, you just kill them here. But, like, keeping spikes is just a little bit odd, but I guess you already have the Dire Tide. You don't really need anything else.
Yeah. Dire Tide, not looking so great at the moment, but, you know, you can just, like, throw down a defensive Purgatos. I mean, how does Ziran deal with a Purgatos? I guess Circle of Life, but that's not there.
I feel like it's actually probably... Oh, wow, okay. I was thinking it actually might be the Decimus, but Purgatos makes a lot of sense if he's scared of, like, dying next turn.
So, throwing down Decimus would be pretty, like, risky because, you know, you could just go Sunrise Cleric into Holy Mo or something. There's, like, a number of ways to deal 4 damage, but dealing 5 is a bit harder.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong, but, like, you know, I gotta risk it for the biscuit.
That's true. And,
he is going for the safer play.
But I don't know. I think that's correct at this time. You know, looking at the hands, you can probably clear the entire board, which is going to be good. Fast and Blast not going down for the mana tile and playing right into this Frenzy.
That's actually... Okay. That was, like, a really strong play, but I feel like he maybe should have Tempested, right? Like, he has the mana for it, and he can still heal the Spelljammer back up to 4.
Yeah, no, I think I would have liked that because, you know, Starhorn's BBS is up, so they have the ability to just burn a card down. You definitely want to burst them down there at 12. They could be at 10.
Oh, this is gross.
And then the Crater to follow up and clear the Spelljammer. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right, well... Both sides played hard, I guess. Holy.
Well, you wanted a Danoobs victory, at least post game 1. I mean...
That's actually a really nice Paragon, though. Like, it clears the Purgatos.
Yeah, and you go to 3, because you have to clear the crater with your face. But, you know, it does something, I suppose. But, the burn isn't really looking too good here, seeing as a lot of it is simultaneous burn, and none of it heals right now.
That's an interesting addition, though. I'm kind of really like the Paragon edition. That's, like, really cool.
Yeah, I know people have started running it as an answer to, like, Wanderer. Because, you know, very good at killing Wanderer. It can also do across a fault, which is important.
Yeah, so. That's true. That's really, really cool, actually. But unfortunately, Fast and Blast, no matter kind of what he does here, Decimus DPS is going to come down and just end the game.
Yeah. No, or if we wait 2 turns, it could be Decimus Spikes. Yeah.
I would be very surprised if the Noobs gives him 2 turns.
Well, I don't know. Looking at mana, it could not if you Tempest. If you Tempest, it's not going to be 2 turns.
Yeah, he could have actually done 2 turns if he played the Paragon there, like he was considering.
Yeah, no, but now it's just going to be throw that into face, natural or Tectonic Spikes.
Oh yeah, actually it didn't matter because he had the spikes anyway that he held from turn 1. That would have done the extra damage no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just game no matter what.
Yep. Well, there you go, Rib. This is how you beat Ziran.
I mean, I'm going to be adapting this into my playstyle. Oh, just you wait. I'm actually going to send you a revised list with Dire Tide and Purgatos on my list.
Well, no. The real thing is we've got to find something that you can put on Gambler that heals you or doesn't heal you, seeing as Ziran likes it when people heal.
Daywatcher, dude.
Rocks.
Yeah, Daywatcher.
Yeah. Does Daywatcher work with...
I actually don't know. I'm kind of curious now. That sounds pretty sweet. Oh, man. I gotta avert my eyes to make sure I don't know what the match is.
Well, I can tell you that the match is probably going to be Burn Ziran versus Purgatos Frenzy Starhorn, as we're going to be labeling it for the rest of this.
Hey man, you don't know. There's sideboarding. You can phantom in or to transition in a different board.
That's true. It could transition into
you can play Titan.
I haven't seen any Ziran Titans coming out in the league so far, but you could always do one to pioneer it. I
don't know. It's not even a pioneer. It's not even a pioneer though, right? It's like a callback because that used to be the big Zeron deck.
Was it? I thought it was just like a kind of deck that people would play, and then people decided Argene was just still better.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm under the umbrella who plays heel tempo Archie and instead of playing Ziran. So, taking a page out of Messelgy's book there. I don't know. I just like that 2 attack. I feel like I like trading up a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Argene is the better one, but I think it's totally reasonable. You could transition sideboard Keel Burns Aron into it. It's 10 cards is about how many spells you're normally running. He might be running a bit more with the Sunstrikes in the wake, but it's completely reasonable.
Tempest, Sundrop Elixir, Lucent Beam possibly. That could be up to 15. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this game. Get it all started. And it's all set up.
Yeah.
The hands look pretty good. I actually really like Zeron's hand here, especially compared to the double flash hand of the Noobs.
Wait, you're not going to flash Flameblood Tech Spikes for that real burn?
Honestly, maybe. That's actually not the worst thing ever if he doesn't get a good replace.
Yeah, and I mean it sets up for the Flash Decimus next turn.
Or we don't replace and do us. I don't know. I don't like the not replacing here. I just feel like it's why, right?
Nah, Riff. You always replace last. That's the only way to get lucky.
I mean, on one hand, it's that's what I do, but it should be more do what I say, not what I do.
If you want to hit S1, tell other people to not do what you do.
Exactly.
Easy.
But no, I just feel not replacing here is okay if you're guaranteed going into spikes next turn, which it seems like that's what he will be doing unless he gets a really good card off the draw. But you're also kind of forcing yourself into that line of play rather than having the option, which I think you could still feasibly do with one flash rather than having both.
Mm-hmm. Well, they went oops, so it might have been such that they forgot to replace or realized that they have nothing to do now. But could always replace into a Decimus this turn.
Nope. There we go. Just do it. Flash Flameblood.
I don't think you need to flash Flameblood at this point. I think you can just play it and then.
But you get another 2-drop. Man, people don't understand tempo. It's just it's good tempo. But, yeah, there's Zeron having to just Tempest to clear there and do nothing else was so bad because the Flame Blood turn was actually like pretty mediocre. But, you know, following that into with nothing just like gives the Starhorn so much more room to kind of just chill.
I don't know. Like, developing 2-drop natural selection is rarely called, so bad.
Right. I just mean like, let's say he like cleared the Flame Blood and then develops like a 3-drop, right?
Yeah.
And he has like a 3-drop into the empty board, like a Scintilla or something, and it's like really strong.
That's fair. Or like a Silverguard Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting there, looking at your tech spikes. But yeah, no, I mean this seems more like a game than the last one, though it's still a very quickly going game as it's 5 mana. Both of them have lost at least 10 life. Including the amount of damage that Ziran has healed, which I think it might be only 3. But
I mean, the Ziran can always heal for like 8 health next turn if they want to.
Yeah,
it's like really powerful, and it actually gives him like 2 attack, and he pushes damage.
Yeah, and this Earth Sphere, you don't really want to use it because it gives them more attack, which quickly adds up.
Yeah, it's definitely really awkward. I feel like the play has to be Purgatos here, no?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything other than the Purgatos, though. Like, do you flash Purgatos?
All right.
You do not BBS. You do not BBS, my guy.
He's gonna BBS flash Metal just maybe? Okay, no, yeah, that was. I'm actually really surprised to see that. It's being at 11 is scary, and it is possible you die, but it's also not like super likely if you do a body block.
Yeah, especially with this position because Ziran and the Lancer can't both hit Starhorn.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like I think it's okay. It's just like they're just gonna hit you now because they have to do the Ziran thing where they're like, "Hi, I'm Voth, but better." And at that point, it's like you gained a bunch of health, but you're now lower than where you started, and like they're better than where they started. Going into next turn.
Dealing 5 damage a turn. They're back at 18. You're at 10 again. So you lost 1 health over that turn, but now this hand does not look. You play into Purgatos Frenzy once, and then maybe you get the hang of it.
Yeah, the first time is the gimme.
Oh man, so many flash reincarnations. Danube, you should be playing Wanderer.
Yeah, I told you this is why you should have flashed the Flame Blood and Spikes.
Yeah,
it's been so much better. Yeah, I think this is the best play he has available to him, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Oh, there's the Flash Flame Blood. We've been waiting for it all game.
Wait, but what? Hold on. Hold on. Why did he flash the one that dies rather than the one that doesn't?
I mean, it body blocks worse if you have a 2-1. There could be like a chain with a Sunrise or something, and this makes that chain less.
Unfortunately, this is game. Sunstrike, Tempest.
Yeah. So we've had 2 pretty one-sided games so far, but we can see who can take it to one side in game 3, which is the important decider.
All right. So before we get there, who do you think it is? Like, who are you calling out? Unless you saw the results. I haven't, so.
I have seen and entered the results. So.
All right. Fair enough. I'm gonna do the call out. I unfortunately think the Ziran is gonna win.
You don't have faith in Purgatos?
I think the issue is the Purgatos heal actively actually helps the Ziran into 50-50, and you're not gonna play into Dire Tide again after the first time. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really strong strategy. I just feel like you have to sideboard it out after the first game.
Really? So you take it out. I wonder if Danube's kind of thought along that line. It's like I did my gotcha play and I got my free win, and then I'm going to take it out because it doesn't do as much. I mean, we didn't see any Dire Tides game 3 or game 2, so.
Yeah. So yeah, you totally might have taken it out. I think that's the call out for cheese strategies. Is you want to side them in game 1, or you want to side them in have them for a game and then get rid of them because they're not going to play into them a second time, generally speaking.
That's true, though. Sometimes the cheese is too good, man. Definitely know that Danubes is running 3 Purgatos. We have seen far too many Purgatos for there to be any less. So.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong.
I think they're devoted to the plan. I think they may have been that person who kept telling me to frenzy Purgatos or blast whatever. Or, we're still on the same mindset.
This is just the redemption game for him, or the game where he proves he's They've laughed at me the entire time. They don't take it seriously. I'll show them.
I'll show them all. Well, I mean, that first game, the Purgatos into Dire Tide Frenzy was a game-winning play that game. So, you know. But all right, we are ready to get into this third match. Also, Tactical, my. I gotta say, you are super fast at getting these matches up. I'm impressed. Because I don't even notice it.
Tactical is the MVP by far.
Yeah.
Actually, no, MVP. No, he is the GOAT. Actually, greatest of all time. The Flame Blood start's pretty good. I'm actually really surprised. We haven't seen any Blood Tears in the Starhorn list, which is pretty atypical.
Nah, I mean, Blood Tier is so good in Starhorn. I mean, I guess Crater acts as ping.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more about like the body for the 1 mana, right? Because you're just like dumping your hand so quickly.
No, definitely, it like allows you to play Tectonic Spikes much more easily.
Yeah, and like we've seen the noob's propensity to hold spikes, so it's just like really surprising. This is an interesting play.
Yeah, because it doesn't. I mean, I guess that's the best position to put the Azure Herald in.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they didn't really have that much else they could do. So I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, I think this is okay. The Crater is actually a really good call out here, though, in terms of like just punishing this board. The Ragebinder can trade. Oh, okay. Well, Flash War Beast is also pretty good. Although I think Crater's probably still better.
Well, Flash War Beast, you can get 2 ticks off the Vitriol, which could be nice because then you can remove the third one with the Tech Spikes next turn.
Actually, you can Flash Crater and then play Purgatos. I think that's by far the best play here. And you can get 2 hits off of the Vitriol if you play it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what he's doing.
Well, no, because it's not on the mana tile.
Yeah, you don't need it to be.
Oh, you don't need it to be. Ah, right, it goes to 1. Maybe.
Yeah, now he gets to deny the other mana tile. Really
I like this, and you know, it clears the hand for the Tech Spikes. It sets up, you know, you've got your Mecanter for kind of sustainability. You don't sacrifice that much, and it's unlikely that they're going to be able to clear your Purgatos. So
yeah, no, for sure. I'm denying it. The mana tile is probably correct, but like I think there is an argument to be made for placing the Purgatos actually where Zeron was standing right now, because it protects your egg and forces answers out. I'm not sure which one's really better, but
I think I like that better, although it does allow the Zeran to clear the Purgatos with a Sunstrike and clear the with a Sunstrike. So yeah, it is really what you value more between the Ragebinder and the Purgatos. And I guess we're seeing Danube value the Purgatos a little bit higher. Also, you know, they could have Tempest or something, which would still allow them to clear the eggs, so Danube's getting out of there.
Flash Ragebinder here is a pretty unfortunate line if he has to take it. It's like not terrible, but it's also probably not what you're wanting to do after
maybe just
after a spikes.
No, you don't keep this because you can just Dessa Spikes 2 turns instead of 1 turn. I think you definitely Flash Ragebinder and then go into Mecanter into Dessa Spikes. That's like such a powerful line.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think this is optimal, given what his hand was.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely the closest game so far. I don't think, like, because if the Zeron can clear this board successfully, then she can play the long game just as well with Vitriols and, like, you know, just a Sunrise Cleric.
Man, to have a Sunstrike right now. Everything. All in a row.
Yeah. This is a really, really good clear.
Oh, it's like a pretty good one. I mean, if they want to because they've got to, not develop anything. They can heal themselves for 5, which is honestly not bad, and it makes the Mecanter play pretty mediocre. I think you still do it.
So I actually think this line's like, I'm surprised he didn't play the Sun Drop. I guess he wants it for the Sunriser. That's fair enough, actually. But, you know, earlier in the game, I think like doing a play like this is pretty bad tempo-wise. You lose like way too much tempo. But as the turns progress, like, Zeron doesn't care as much because she has Trandioth, right? And like getting Trandioth and then just being able to play other stuff allows her to like just kind of play this trading game really well.
Mm-hmm.
The Decimus here would be an okay play.
I don't like putting out your only Decimus into a Zeran that can Holy Immolation it. They can, like, it's hard to Holy Immolation, but like, you know, they can Lucent Beam it. I don't know, it just feels risky when I can do a different play and I have the combo in hand if I just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think it's okay to push damage here with just the War Beast. I
also don't
think
like this. Honestly, just like develop a couple 2-drops. Opens your hand for tech spikes a bit more.
Yeah, it was all right. I think it's like maybe not the strongest, but it's like all right. Oh, there's the Dire Tide. Okay.
I'm ready for them to play the defensive Decimus and then Dire Tide it when they try and like go up and aggro it. End the game with them trying to kill a Decimus.
Oh man. Man, this is why Zeron is a strong girl right here. 22 HP, clears the board.
Yeah, but this is why Mantler is a strong puppy.
That's fair too.
You know, all war pups want to grow up to become Mechantor war beasts.
Duelist needs an evolved mechanic.
I like thought about that before. You know, like tiered minions.
Yeah, that'd be sick. What? Oh, it's just the emo play. Okay.
Yeah. No, these guys are just beating.
I'm actually really surprised he didn't replace the jammer first. Like, you're not playing that jammer soon, right? Yeah, like now he's replacing it.
No, it must have just been like, this is my play. This is my juicy play. I'm probably not going to do anything else.
I mean, if he hits like a 3-drop, it's better, right?
Yeah. Also, that's a pretty powerful hand. Against double Purgatos, though.
That is true. Geller has a good call out. The Cascading Rebirth is technically kind of an evolved mechanic.
And Cascading Rebirth is an amazingly fun card.
That is true. Oh.
And I wonder if Sphere is looking much better than it did last game.
Yeah, for sure.
And these double Purgatoses, you know, 5 health is kind of the number that's difficult to clear for these Zeran decks. So they're going to be able to do it on the top one, but, you know, it could still heal them for 3, and I don't think they're dead unless there's some pretty good RNG.
They are dead if they get heal procs and he hits them. He took damage there. Okay, yeah. If he got a heal proc and then the Vitriol hits the general, he's dead.
Well, no, but if he got a heal proc, he would have gotten 3 health on himself.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, I forgot that a heal proc heals him. Yeah. You're right.
What a crazy thought. All right, but this game is actually over. Or wait, this is a draw.
No, he has to get a heal right here.
Yeah, the 50-50.
If he doesn't get it, he has Respier, so the game's not like over. But I need to get it so that this game.
Oh, I got the heal. Would you take the draw there? That's a question.
No.
You wouldn't? I probably would.
I think that the Magmar is disadvantaged in this matchup. I wouldn't want to play it again.
But like, I don't know. I feel like if I wait any longer, I'm just gonna lose. Like if I don't win this turn, I'm probably gonna be dead.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, because what's your other line of play? I guess it's like Earthsphere. If it's just Earthsphere Pass, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that is your other play. Or it could be like Earthsphere Decimus.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, maybe you're right. I might have looked for the draw, but you did get the heal, so you know, that was a cool game. Like that was a really, really cool game.
Yeah, no. And the first game, I don't know if it was you Danoobs who talked to me about it, but I gotta say the first game you finally got to prove it, or you finally got to prove it to whoever wanted to see that Purgatos frenzy.
Yeah, that Purgatos, like, Purgatos was the MVP of those games, which was pretty impressive. I mean, like, that card, you know, I think it's pretty hit or miss, but it was like home run, like calling the shots hitting right there.
Yeah,
that was pretty insane.
I've definitely died to Purgatos, so I personally still haven't caught on to using it, even in Wanderer decks. It's just like, you know, I like my Primus Shieldmaster, what can I say? I like Provoke. I've played Argian, I've played Divine Bond, I don't play Helinar. So I'll take the big booty Provokes over it.
Yeah, I haven't really tried it out too much either, but you know what? I will say, Danoobs, you've made me a believer a bit. I am probably going to give that a try. That was pretty cool. But, you know, we gotta move into the next series, and Tactical is amazing at setting it up. So we have Zabiel versus Lad Dovahkiin. Saj versus Ragnora is like a pretty interesting matchup as well.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to how this goes. Yeah, this got pretty popular with 4LW, I believe, was the one who started running it a lot.
Yeah.
Be wrong. And like it's just like pretty powerful, especially when you can hit like eggs or other things that aren't taking durability off, and they're pretty difficult to get rid of, especially for Wanderer who only has like a plasma, a bender, etc.
Yeah.
And in eggs, it's also pretty hard because they usually don't run plasma.
It's also really good against eggs because it gets rid of rebirth pretty much entirely. Like, I don't care if you have force field eggs, if I have a spine cleaver,
Yeah,
it's going to turn them into totems, override them.
yeah, it's a really good call out. This is like it's pretty interesting. Although Zephyr as like the play maybe or like Windstriker is pretty low tempo here.
Yeah. You could just equip the spine cleaver.
Yeah.
Like, just go 4/5, spine cleaver, say answer this. I mean, I guess there's a ping in hand, which is kind of rough, but nah, they're just going for the Zephyr over here.
I think the Windstriker is maybe the stronger play here, but like either way, it's like kind of whatever. I think the Spine Cleaver is too risky though, just in case like you are running Press Crawler, which egg decks don't always run, but some of them do, just because it's very difficult to get rid of like ranged artifacts for the deck.
I haven't really seen Rust Crawler in eggs before. I mean, I feel like they rely on Rippers more to just run across the board to get rid of artifacts.
It was more a thing when Reva was more popular, because like Saj just isn't really that popular right now.
Yeah. No, I heard that you had a really hard time with Artifact Reva today, or not today, but this week. I heard it was an incredibly hard-fought match from both.
I don't know. I every game that happens, both sides play hard, but at the end of the day, the one who plays harder is the one who wins, right?
Mm-hmm. No. The more skilled player, the more knowledgeable player will always win 100% of the time.
Yes, exactly. Inceptor here is a really interesting play, actually. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, neither was I.
That's a really good call it though. Yeah, that's sick, actually. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I did not see that line of play at all. Zab is too good.
That's because Zab is the brushy egg.
Yeah, that was actually super sick, and it partially blocks off the mana orb, so like he can get the top one, but in doing so, he also doesn't get to take zoetic charges off, and it means he probably can't kill the egg either.
Yeah,
so it's actually like a really difficult spot.
It means that the young Silithar gets to be back in egg mode, which is actually better because equipping the Spine Cleaver, you can't kill the force field egg, but you could have killed the young Silithar and, like we were talking about earlier, gotten rid of the rebirth proc. So
I wonder if the play is actually just Spine Cleaver here. Like, you just kill the Inceptor.
I think it is. You just stand outside of Ragnar's reach, and then it's like, what can they do to you? Because, you see the Greater Fortitude, but, like, even a Greater Fortitude Ripper doesn't actually survive Spine Cleaver, so I think that's just correct.
Yeah, the only other, like, call-out here, I think, you can also do a Blood of Air and Full Clear, but I don't know that Full Clearing matters here, like, that you should care.
Admittedly, Blood of Air is pretty bad in this matchup. You could also move Celebrant down and do Zephyr BBS to Frenzy and clear. But yeah, I like this play. I like this play.
I think that's definitely the winning line of play, because like, what do? Like, they don't run Plasma. They're just gonna get pinged now, and that gets rid of the artifact charges as well. Yeah. Ooh, deal toss. All right. This is spicy. I really like this list.
Yeah, I like the Noshrak. Noshrak chilling there for like the extra 3 damage or whatever.
Yeah, I just like the fact that, like, 4 out of 5 of these cards are like the greatest hits of cards not being played right now. But it's just like really cool together.
Mm-hmm. Man, Dialysys is still being played. Come on, Dialysys is in every Wanderer deck, pretty much.
All right, well, I'm a hipster.
Yeah, you were playing Dialysys before it was cool, when it was a 4-2 or a 5-2, right?
I wouldn't go that far. I liked winning games.
Dang, man. I thought you were cool before it was cool, or something.
I don't know. I haven't been too high on Deal Toss recently. I think it's like an okay card, but like any 4-drop that like just dies to Lava Lance is something I'm not super huge on right now.
I mean, it dies to Lava Lance, but it does get some value out of it.
It does, but like
more so than some other things. Also, I like the fact that with the Zephyr, Dovahkiin can actually just smack the totem and take out the young Silithar even though it's been buffed.
Oh, that's actually really cute, yeah.
I don't know if it's what they're going to do, and if they do, it's going to die to a Macantor, but, you know.
I mean, it probably is, right? Because you can body, like, obviously he has the Macantor, so it doesn't really matter here, but, like, you can play the Zephyr to body block out from the Ragnora and the Spelljammer, so only Ragnora can potentially hit you next turn, and you get to develop another totem.
Yeah, well, you could always do it so that only one of them could hit you if you move one back, too.
Yeah, the other play is you could just, like, take the 4 damage, kill the Silithar and Blood of Air. Just get rid of the Jammer.
Yeah, that might be a little risky. I mean, you're against Ragnar. Oh, they're doing something different.
Oh, okay.
They're just going into Ragnar's face. They don't care about that young Silithar or its greater fortitude.
Yeah, I don't actually like this. I feel like you're just too low to, like... Because you just died a Ripper combo at this point, right?
I mean, I guess they used a greater fortitude last turn, which means they're less likely to be using it this turn. If they conceded the fact that they don't think that they're going to be able to combo you out, but then they think they're aggroing you out, and this still doesn't totally make sense. But
yeah, because right now, on board he has 6 damage available. He only needs 6 more damage, which the War Beast represents 4, so he's too short. But that's just like a really ballsy play.
Lad Dovahkiin is not afraid, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Zabiel is deciding how to deal with this active bravado. So there is a line, and they probably don't take this line, but there is a line where you War Beast, take the tile, and get off BBS too. If you really...
I feel like you can't do that play, though. Like, you're going to lose this game within the next, 3 turns if you don't kill them, right?
Yeah.
Just, off of the ping damage and miscellaneous damage you're likely to take. So I feel like the War Beast has to push damage here.
Mm-hmm. No, I think I agree. I think if I was in this position, I don't even think I would have thought this long. I think I would have just thrown the War Beast into Saj. Oh, man. Progenitor on the totems, though.
That is, the saddest anti-synergy I've ever seen. Oh, man.
This is how you beat... Well, maybe it isn't how you beat.
Yeah, this is the issue, though, right? Like, they're at 2 now. This was the issue of walking forward, is you just put yourself in a position where you don't have a lot of outs, and if they have out-of-hand damage, which, they did, War Beast, you're just kind of screwed.
Yeah. I mean... So what they're not dead this turn. They can Blood of Air, take the tile, move 2 back, attack the egg, and play... they could have played a Lost Arbiter, but they're probably going to gain 3 life, is my guess. And that
actually is maybe a winning play, yeah. Prior to the Aether Herald, I think the play is, still really good, but probably not game-winning. But going up to 5 is so difficult for, Magmar to deal with.
People really, I feel like, underestimate how much 3 health is. Especially playing against something like Fault, and you're like, all right, I got lethal. And it's just like, boop. Up 3, and you're like, no, I don't.
Yeah, I've lost countless games like that. Aether Herald is the bane of my existence when it comes to really competitive games, because I'll lose by a HP point. I'm like, oh, I can deal 10. He has 11. That really sucks.
Yep. Metal Meld or whatever it's called. You can get back the Spine Cleaver if you want.
So he's taking 4 damage. So he's actually effectively at 7, right?
Yeah.
So 7, he takes 4, so he's 1 damage short of lethal right now?
No, because Metal Meld, that brings back the Spine Cleaver, right?
Yeah. Well, including that.
+2, that's +3.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is just lethal. Because Wind Striker plus Metal Meld. That's +3 damage on 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. I was doing 3 damage for the things instead of 4 for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's just lethal.
Or maybe not easy, because Dovahkiin hasn't quite seen it yet.
I mean, it's stressful, right? You're worried about dying as well.
And you really need to be like, what artifacts did I have? Did I have that Spine Cleaver? Where did the totems come from? And then you have to do all the counting to make sure. You don't always look for lethal first. Sometimes you look for not dying first.
Yeah, but he shot it, so
yeah.
That'll be game one. And that was a really close game. That could have went either way.
Yeah, no. And I don't know, I'm always happy to see Spine Cleaver get there.
Sure.
One of the coolest cards, I think. I think Spine Cleaver is a really cool card.
I think it's a cool card when I'm not the one in the game.
That's fair. And Blobs is actually correct. Zabby did kill themselves with that attack on the Herald.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Is Lat moved forward and manned up. So Zabiel has to move forward and man up. You can't move back after your opponent's manned up on you.
You couldn't establish dominance, and if you don't establish dominance going into game 2, how do you really expect to be able to win?
Yeah, there's it's all about momentum,
Yeah, no, you're right. That was objectively the correct play, I think.
You just got punished and was unlucky, that's
yeah.
You just stay unlucky next game.
Yeah. But it really is interesting how these 1 point of damage swings that you're just like, well, I'll clear it next turn, and it just kills you.
Yeah, it's tough, right? You're trying to keep track of every little thing that can kill you, and it's just at a certain point, especially when you get decks like Lats that's playing all these offbeat cards, off-meta cards, it's really difficult to know the damage threshold that you need to be at to not die.
Yeah, no, I mean, you haven't even seen Windstriker. Looking at Lat's hand, I'm like, oh, these are all cards that could be here. I mean, I guess three of them I expect to be there. 2 of them are pretty, unorthodox, I'd say. Because even though 4LW popularized a Spine Cleaver list, that was early in the month, and honestly, it didn't really catch on as much. Even though it is really cool, I'm glad somebody managed to actually hit S1 with that sort of thing for some amount of time. But
as far as popularizing it among everyone, it is definitely more of a niche thing. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You can't account for every damage, and unfortunately, Aether Herald sometimes just gets you killed.
Yep. Also, can we talk about how bad Dovahkiin's hand is right now?
No. Just wait for the replace. Yeah.
All right, we ready to start though?
Yeah, we're good. Speaking of though, Zabiel's hand is amazing.
Yeah, this is a little bit better than Dovahkiin's hand right now.
You can just go oh, that's unfortunate.
Well,
sometimes both sides just play their best.
There you go. I was gonna give you the chance to say it, but you were actually already going.
Hell yeah!
With Dovahkiin not even having the turn 2 play.
Yeah, this game's probably over. As unfortunate as it is to say, it's he goes Blood Tier Raptor here, right? And then he just has Zoetic Charm. And there's not too many ways for Vet to come back from that. This is actually one of the big issues with Vet is that most of their 3s and 4s are not particularly good. Their break points are at 2 mana and 5 mana.
Yeah.
So missing that tempo play is just really bad here.
But I guess we'll see if they can make the biggest comeback of all time. Or maybe not of all time, but it's a pretty big comeback.
Yeah, no, this will definitely be an impressive comeback if it can happen. And if it does, I think it'll be off the back of Spine Cleaver and being able to kite backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting to that point that's going to be really rough. Although Zab looking like he might be doing the more defensive play with Ragebinder.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't particularly like, I mean, I guess they really haven't seen that much out of Lat Dovahkiin. They didn't see any of the big mid-rangey things. They just kind of saw Spine Cleaver and some 2-drops. Blood of Air. So
yeah. Okay. This play's alright. I can see the reasoning. He wants, just in case Lad is playing Blood Tiers or the he wants to keep the Raptor safe. Which, I mean, that's fair enough, right?
But I mean, you could have just gone Raptor Blood Tier Center then, if you want to.
Yeah, but he wants to keep the Blood Tier for artifact pings.
That's fair, but I feel it's a little bit different with Spine Cleaver. Well, I guess no, Spine Cleaver is also just good against what Zabby's trying to do, so I guess it is reasonable to keep it. All right, we've got at least something of a game.
We could play a card.
I mean, it's certainly better than not playing a card, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, that's objectively true. Although, why is he taking the pile?
I'm not totally sure.
All right, he must. Well, he knows his deck better than we do, so there's clearly like a 1-mana card he wants.
I mean, I don't know if it's that necessarily. It could just be that they didn't want Zabiel to make an aggressive play, taking mana tiles right next to them and trying to like stem the speed out of Zabiel, because they could just walk Ragnar down, play something like go like Ragebinder onto tiles, Zoetic Charm or something.
Yeah.
Right in their face, and now they can't quite do that. So makes some sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know that it's the play I'd do, but I don't think it's like incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Denying them that option is definitely a strong play.
That's basically how I feel.
Yeah.
Man, do they want to be on 5 mana though? We just talk about that.
Yeah.
With half their hand.
It's the break points, man. It's the break points. You gotta get to that 5 mana.
I mean, every Vitruvian deck has run Spine Cleaver since it was released.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have 2 forwards in his effort for sure. It's just like getting the Sandstorm Reader out is like one of the best ways to regain tempo in this matchup.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Zephyr or like Falcius is going to do enough. Although, I mean, Falcius will put in some work here for sure.
I don't even know if it will. I mean, what's it going to do? Punch a Spelljammer?
Yeah, totally. That's all right. I don't know. It's like, it's his best play, I think.
I mean, I guess so. But that is... Well, actually, maybe... Nah, because it just frenzies onto Ragnar. Maybe if Lat cheats and puts themselves in that nice little center space between everything, and then plays Zephyr BBS First Wish, that'd be a pretty good turn.
Yeah.
There's...
the real play here, though, is you bait Zabiel into playing 3 minions all around your general to lock them in, and then you have Zephyr BBS with Spine Cleaver, and then you have a perfect defense.
I have actually done that play before. Except I did it with Metal Mind or whatever it's called to get a broken Spine Cleaver and then just like frenzied everything. Felt good. Don't remember if I actually won that game. Man, that was a bad deck.
So, I'm curious about his line of plays here. Like, I feel like maybe it's the defensive Zephyr. Like, you move to the top left, kill the blood tier, develop Zephyr. You take a lot of damage, but you have the comeback potential of like a Zephyr turn to threaten with. I don't know if it's enough, but it's like an option.
Yeah, it's going to be so harsh though, because this Mechantor is just going to come down and tear everything apart. Well, not everything apart, because they did move the Herald. That's an interesting attack.
I think the Herald attack is fine. Like, the only thing that kills it is Raptor, and if Raptor wants to get a free kill, it's moving away from like hitting Lat, which gives him time to recover.
I kind of expected it to go onto the Spelljammer, just because that way, if they wanted to attack Saj with Spelljammer, it would like kill it off, and they wouldn't be able to keep drawing cards off of it. But
yeah, I could see that as well.
Yeah, I mean, they do want to like close the game out, and they're closing the game out with like pings, so they do need to deal some amount of damage beforehand. And that 3/4 body is a pretty awkward trade for a lot of what it's.
This War Beast though is going to be disgusting because like the Raptor trades into the Herald, right? And then you get to push 5 damage with what you have on board with Jammer and Ragnar, and then you just play War Beast and clear. That's like 9 damage pushing, and it's just a lot to deal with.
They don't even have to play War Beast though. They could play like either Ragebinder or Raptor, plus.
Yeah, I guess you could play like BBS, Raptor,
like Lava Lance or something.
Yeah, that'd be alright as well.
But I think looking at how they're positioning, it's probably just going to be Mechantor.
No. With this positioning, he's Zoeting. Yeah, you don't move the Raptor up that far if you're not playing Zoetic.
That's fair. Although, if they were going to go for the Raptor, then they would have to like abandon a Mechantor.
Yeah.
Although I guess they could Blood of Air. I've heard that's a card.
But yeah, this game, I don't know. I don't know how you come back.
Yeah, no. Lat Dovahkiin's deck is not one that makes a comeback.
I mean, Vet in general can't deal with this, right? Like that's the way you beat Vet is you go wide.
Well, I mean, you can just Rasha's Curse. I mean, Rasha's Curse isn't played as much, I think, but I kind of disagree with that.
That's fair.
I don't know. Rasha's Curse is a busted card. No one but Amor has been saying it for a long time. Namor hasn't been for a while, but
I don't know. Like, I feel like even with Rosh's, he'd still just like lose here, right? Because what is it? It's like Rosh's curse. That's it.
I mean, with this kind of hand, but like if they had like a 2-drop, you could go like Rosh's 2-drop, clear both eggs. They're left with no artifact, no eggs, a 3/3 Spelljammer, and a 2/1 Alchemist. Although this is sort of why I wanted to hit the Spelljammer with the.
So it couldn't do this, yeah.
Yeah. Now you're stuck with them having like still a 3/1 Spelljammer.
Okay. Ooh, this is brutal.
Is not the play you want to be doing right now.
I mean, he's just baiting him into the corner for Spine Cleaver so that he can perfect protect.
That would be the best way to end this game.
I think that's actually the only winning play he has left, to be honest. Like,
I don't know, Zabby replaced the out.
yeah, see, there we go. Also, credit to Zabiel because he has plasma in his sideboard, and I respect that a lot. For eggs, it's like a really tough call because you can screw your own board over so hard, but for certain matchups, like Swarm especially, it's such a required card.
Yeah. Well, here is the surround you wanted.
Yeah, no, if he just had Zephyr, he'd be great.
Zephyr on the board already, and Spine Cleaver equipped.
I mean, doesn't even need equipped. He could, yeah, you know, he could absolutely do it this turn if he had Zephyr. He just had to protect the Zephyr more.
Difficult to protect the Zephyr when you don't even have any spaces you can play anything on.
All right, well, you're not wrong.
But I'll believe in you. I'll believe in you. I believe in believing.
I don't believe anymore. There's like no out here, right? Like you just, no matter what you do, you just die next turn.
Sense of hope.
Does he run Bone Swarm?
You're looking to win, everybody.
If he runs Bone Swarm, well, he got more artifacts.
Well,
can't win them all. You know, it's okay.
True. They can Spine Cleaver and clear the Rage Binder to assert dominance.
Yeah,
I think that's
all right.
If you're gonna go down asserting your dominance.
All right, well, he agrees with you.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Now, I'm not sure. Zabuel might have the ability to get lethal somehow.
All right. It's like Blue's Clues. Can we do the math, team? Come on, chat. Let's see if we can do it. Is that the lethal? No. How about that one? You got it!
Yay! This is actually an interesting thing, because Zavi loses some damage there by doing
He actually
that.
did it wrong. Wait, does he not die now? Because he's right. No, he's still dead. Okay.
They're still at 6. And
okay.
A million ways it could work. But yeah, no, they did lose out on 3 damage there. Though maybe they were trying to assert dominance back by giving.
I had my heart in my chest for something like, wait, hold on. It's actually not lethal. Like, oh man.
That would have been crazy if they like actually brought it back and just like. I don't actually know how they would have gotten out of that or anything, but you know, I hear it's hard to turn Ragnora into a Bloodfire Totem.
Yet. But, you know, it's just got to be the next cards that come out, you know?
That's true. Or maybe in the next expansion, we'll have transform the enemy general into a Bloodfire Totem for like, I don't know, you'd say 5 mana? 5 mana seems right. So
here's the question, though. Would the Bloodfire Totem deal damage to itself because it's also the general?
Yeah, I think so. I think it has to.
All right. That sounds like a pretty cool card.
Oh, wait, but Bloodfire Totems come into play under the opponent's control.
Oh, yeah.
So
I guess you'd have to turn yourself into a Bloodfire Totem.
Yeah, we'll make it able to target both players, right? So you can turn either your general into a Bloodfire Totem and give yourself to them, or turn them into a Bloodfire Totem or give themselves to you.
All right, this is like the most degenerate conversation. Let's get to game 2. Let's ignore this awful idea.
Game 3, my guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right, let's get to game 3. Hell yeah. And both hands are way better. This should be a cool game.
Yep.
You know,
no, this actually this one has far more potential.
Yeah, no one is breaking turn 1.
Yep. It's interesting with like a combo deck like Zabiel's hand, I find it kind of difficult to evaluate like a lot of these kind of early plays, just because stuff like Greater Fortitude, Wild Interceptor, like those are lower cost cards, but you really don't usually use them before like 6-7 mana.
Yeah. I mean, I find the hardest one is Fortitude. Like when to use a Fortitude in a combo deck, I find is like super difficult.
Yeah.
Inceptor, I find a little bit easier just because it's like, oh well, it'll do a lot for me here. Cool, I'll play it. It's like it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Actually, Zabi did have that really cool play in game 1.
Yeah.
They just like cleared a board with a Wild Interceptor and a Young Silithar.
I feel like the play here is just like Progenitor though, because Progenitor is broken.
Yeah, probably. Do you think you take the tile, or do you...
I think you have to.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't be protecting the egg. The egg is already protected.
Yeah. Placing forward is pretty interesting here.
You've got to play the Progenitor before the Spine Cleaver comes down as well.
Okay. Huh.
All right.
I don't hate this line of play. It's like...
No, I mean,
totally
establishing the charm, it kind of deters Latdovican from taking tiles, which Zabi might like, if they want to get ticks off of the Zoetic Charm.
Yeah. No, this is... This puts him in an interesting, or a really tough spot, I should say, not an interesting spot, where he can't really deal with the Raptor here. It's actually kind of a big problem.
Ah, man, I disagree with this play. I would have just equipped that Spine Cleaver and shot that Young Silithar.
Wait, why is he...
Oh, they messed up. They forgot about the charm. Oh, the oops.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, not like this. Well,
I
played hard.
Yeah.
But I think that things are not seeming so.
Yeah. Wait, why are you getting rid of Progenitor? Hold on, Zab. What the? No. What? Hold on.
Dude, they're doing sweet Wild Interceptor plays. They are a million levels above you right now.
I don't know about that one. Because they're not even doing that. They're doing like other things.
Yeah.
Progenitor would have been amazing here.
And they do get to take both tiles here.
Yeah.
And what is Saj gonna do to deal with like a million force field eggs?
Yeah, but you get the same thing with Progenitor, except more.
Yeah, but you don't get to take the tiles.
Yeah. All right.
I totally agree with it, but moving
the Progenitor or the Progenitor Raptor is really weird here. You have a full lock-in if you keep it where it is, and then just play the Crypto behind him.
Yeah.
I guess he's scared of a Zephyr, maybe, but he has force field. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Both of them are not playing as though Zoetic Charm is in play. Is the theme of this game.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call out. Yeah, I feel like that's actually.
I don't think I agree with it. There isn't really much that Latdovican would be able to do to punish boxing them in at this point. If they already had the Zephyr or if they already had the Spine Cleaver, then I could understand this, but they don't have either of them at the moment equipped.
Yeah, I think the overall play is fine. The play where they played all the things, right, instead of playing the awesome Progenitor, that would have been sweet. I think that's okay. I don't think this is wrong, but I do not really see the value in not locking him in. Giving him space is just why? Because you don't need to.
Yeah.
Sand Swirl, okay.
It's all right. I mean, if you had played the Spine Cleaver, you would have kind of protected yourself a little bit. Because the Rebirth minions couldn't attack into you. Now they can just get free shots off at you.
Yeah, but he had the Raptor too, right? And the Raptor can get a free shot, and the General could as well. So you're giving at most one totem, and then you just take a ton of damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is that lethal?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Well, Zabi says so.
That's 10,
I just
12,
believe in Zabby.
15,
Zabby,
17. Isn't it one short? This should be one short, right?
Nah, I'm just believing in Zabby. Zabby, don't.
All right, I'm saying it's one short.
Zabby, don't be wrong.
Wait. Okay, no, he's not wrong because he's a genius, and I forgot that we put that in.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, I forgot that the eggs actually remember what they are now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not even exact. It's 1 over. Whew. Oh, the damage.
I mean, that's how Combo Rag works, right? This is the deck that Sibin has been.
The 0 mana erratic raptor egg in your hand to combo off. That is exactly how they function, yes.
I mean, people play Vitruvian, and Vitruvian puts things in your hand, so...
That was actually so cool.
Yeah. Erratic...
I 100% would have missed that.
Yeah, so would I. But no, seriously. Like, I don't know. Erratic Raptor is just a card that I kind of saw, and I was like, this is okay, but you can do like so many cool things with it just because hatching eggs is a mechanic.
4 mana, 8 deal 5, yeah. Yeah, no, Erratic Raptor is just like a really cool card. It's such a risky card too. I love that. Like, I think Erratic Raptor is one of my favorite designs in Duelist just because there's so much agency between both players in terms of like how you interact with it and what's going on with it. And obviously the other part where it's like, oh, I hit you and I'm at 8 mana. Okay, cool. I hatch it again twice. And it's like, take 15, nerd. That just feels really cool.
And like, you know, even just normally, it can like trade really well with other 3-drops if you can protect it. So
yeah, no, that's like everything about it is just really cool. But that set overall was a really cool set. You know, big props to both players. They played really well, except for the force field egg thing at the end.
Yeah. No, that was rough, but you know, we've all been there. Also, hey Riv, it's your favorite deck is finally here. Wonder Rag against your favorite deck, Ziran. Although this is Gallery's.
Man, people think Wander Rag is my favorite deck. No, it's pretty up there. To be fair, I think it's the most fun, strong deck in the format right now.
I could agree with that. But I don't know. Divine Bond is always and will always be my.
That's fair. I mean, Divine Bond is just great. You just get to hit them for 1 billion damage, and it feels awesome.
Yeah, and everybody gets to say that you're playing a bad deck because your deck plays 5-drops.
Yeah, that's true. 5-drops are 5-drops in 2018. Whew.
Nah, man, 2018 is about 6-drops.
Well, speaking of 5-drops, we're probably not going to see too many here except for the Wanderer. So let's get into it. And chat, let me know who you think is going to win game 1. I am curious who the chat is favoring here between, honestly, 2 really big players in the meta between Healing and Wanderer Rag.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Celso. All right, he's playing this version. All right. I see you, Icy Fire. I see you.
Man, I saw it off the Steropi.
Oh, I don't know. I think Steropi's just like a great card to play. Oh, the Celebrant play. Punished. I'm so happy to see this. Oh my god. And he gets like the egg as well. Oh, Braga, you are the best player on earth.
Wow, really hyping up your teammate there. Although I guess in the DW did get the Player of the Year award or whatever.
Yeah, see? It's not hyperbole if it's true. All right, so developing the Steropi here is pretty interesting. I'm actually very surprised that we didn't see the Draining Wave on the egg.
Yeah, no, that was what caught my eye too. Because even if you'd played it on the mana tile and just like killed the egg, they don't have a way to clear it. They have to ping it off, which isn't impossible in Wanderer, but it's better to force them to have it rather than to just let them do their own thing.
Yeah, I'm too.
Well, if you would have survived, you could have healed it up to full.
Yeah, exactly, and 2 Icy Fire's credit, Guy does not have a particularly good play this turn, so he wasn't really punished.
Yeah.
Developing Thunderhorn is probably his best play, maybe the Kujata, because you want to develop the Wanderer following turn, which I would not be upset to see, because you can actually develop Kujata Thunderhorn with 5 mana.
How do you feel about Thunderhorn and Wanderer Rag?
I'm pretty mixed. I think it's okay because it's really tough to walk into Thunderhorn. Like if you just play it defensively, it's like really difficult just to walk forward because you risk getting like all your stuff blown up. But as an offensive tool, I'm not really impressed with it anymore. So it's a pretty tough sell, I think. And like one of the things with this meta, especially with like 3 of the most popular decks really are Egg Regnora, Wanderer Regnora, and Healzaron are some of the most popular. And all 3 of them run a 1 mana 4 damage card, as we just saw here.
Yeah.
And that's like a really, really tough sell to me in terms of justifying playing 4 health minions in this meta.
Also, do you like the BBS on the Celebrant to kill the Kujata?
I think this is sick, actually.
Yeah, I gotta say, watching Gallery last week, my favorite part were the Steropi plays. They were just like so crazy. It was
Steropi is a fair, cool card. Vitriol is a stupid card.
Well, I'm glad that Steropi is finally seeing some actual competitive play and doing well in competitive play. You know, because I feel like up until this time, people have kind of considered it to be a meme at best.
Yeah, I've always kind of liked the card, but it's not been in the limelight for a very long time. This is actually a pretty interesting line to play, though, just like calling out in terms of like the board state. Both players are kind of like fine. You know, neither one is like super far behind here, and both are being able to develop their own kind of things. Like we're going to go into a Wanderer turn where realistically it's going to be a pretty even board.
Yeah, it's also interesting playing the Mentor when you can see the Steropi, because you know those eggs are just going to be tree striked.
It forces out a lot of mana, though.
But it does mean that you get to keep a 4/5 Mentor.
Even just beyond that, it's also just forcing out a lot of mana, right?
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Like they're they're actually spending the exact same mana on it, but that allows Bragai to play Wanderer. Into like I said, a pretty low threat board. Like that's always what you want as a Wanderer player, is to be able to play Wanderer without dying. Yeah.
No, because then you can really start to like swing the game around and just take advantage of your overstated minions.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not amazing either. Like this Plasma Storm does not do well. I guess it can kill a Silver Guard, which is pretty good. Oh, and all right, it's getting better now.
Although the Sunriser is going to put in a lot of work, maybe. I'm not actually sure if that's a play though.
Doesn't look like it's the play that Icy is going for. I think they're looking for how much damage they can deal off tree strikes if they can clear this Wanderer and stay healthy.
I actually feel like the play... I'd actually probably give up the Sterope here, I think.
Yeah, I think you got to. But you can get like at least one tree strike off it. Wait, you don't? If you're going to play the Sunriser, you play the Sunriser before you heal.
Yeah, so like I think you actually don't move there and you don't push the face damage on Regnora. Because if you don't, you can get a heal tile proc.
Yeah.
Which gives you 3 heal tile procs, which means you don't need to
face Wanderer.
You don't have to face Wanderer. Which I think is maybe better. It's arguable though.
Yeah, you do get to keep the Sterope in this case, and if Wanderer hits you, you're just gonna, or even if it doesn't, you do get to just true strike it.
Yeah, the issue is obviously that you're at 10, and that means that you're risking just... Oh my god, he plays Mordekaiser. Is he dead?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
no,
13. No greater fortitude. Also not enough mana for that, but there is enough mana with a Wild Interceptor, so...
The play is... Honestly, I feel like the play is probably just like hit and play Plasma, and then develop Egg. Like, he has a Sterope skill, but you're pushing a lot of damage, and you have... like just a lot of damage out of hand as well.
Yeah. No,
you can also Repulsor, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, wait. No, it's a 4/2 egg. Never mind. Yeah, no. Okay. Interesting. All right, so Brian's just putting him on lethal health.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I like this because you actually threaten to die to the Sunriser here.
Yeah, Sunriser can.
Oh no, you're trading like that. Okay.
You can always just do that and clear everything and put them to 5 and have a 7-1. And Mooring Corrupt. That seems okay. And that Silsol is not looking too hot.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be selling your soul today.
All right, they can heal out of range of Ragnora alone. You can heal them.
Yeah, that's why I'm not super impressed with this play. Like, it's okay, but the big issue I have with it is you don't have lethal for next turn because you don't have an egg available. So it's not like you're setting up a two-turn lethal. It's you're setting up a potential two-turn lethal without the guarantee.
Yeah, no. Well, I guess they can repulse her and then slash her and punch face, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's definitely really strong.
Scepter in hand, so it's not like they're giving up the more incur proc ability.
Yeah, no, that's a really like solid way to play that Lava Slasher. As much as I don't think the card is great right now, does a lot of work here.
I'm really surprised by how you feel about Lava Slasher. I think the card, like, still very, very good.
Yeah, I mean that's totally valid. I don't know.
I think the card is better than Bloodsworn Gambler or whatever.
You just wait. You just wait until you're casting my games next week. You'll see. I'll show them. That'll be the Purgatos of next week. I'll show them all.
Well, that's what that's what tournament fields are for proving other people wrong.
Exactly. Okay, so he gets a clear here, right? Because you heal the repulsor.
Gets a clear, but you're still dead on board. Or no, you aren't because more on Kirk, but you're still dead on hand.
No, he's not. Oh yeah, he is because it's 4 damage. I play Wander as well, by the way, folks. So that's not the best for me too. Yeah, to be fair, I forget that it has 4 attack in tournament.
That's fair. This is a really cute play by Icy though, getting in an extra 2 damage off of the Sunriser. Still clearing everything, but then the heal tile is gonna proc. Man, Stropy is so cool.
Yeah, he's really showing his mastery over the general here with like plays like that. It's like that's something that an inexperienced Duran player just won't do. You really need to put a lot of games to like really maximize your Sunriser procs like that. Yeah,
I don't know. The games with Steropia are the most like, wow, I didn't see that line as a caster ever. It's like, oh man, you're edging in that like extra bit of damage, and then they still die. But Braga is a very experienced player playing a very powerful deck, so
yeah, for sure. And I mean, that was a really close game. That was that came down to inches. Like we've talked about it a couple times in this cast, where it's like an HP of difference. If he had 1 more HP to not die to the Ripper, he probably would have won that game.
Yeah. No, Bragai's entire plan was on them not being able to clear and heal that much damage. So, all right, going to game 2.
Which in a faction, by the way, with Sundrop is a really risky gambit, but
yeah,
it works out.
Hey, you got to play to win.
Yeah, that's true. Got to risk it for that biscuit.
All right, and Bragai with that Flaming Stampede. Their 8 mana finisher of choice.
I know a lot of people were experimenting with that, myself included, with like mixed results. I know some people really like it, and like some other people just really don't.
I'm still on that Extinction Event train, but I respect the Stampede.
That's fair.
I think I'm like the only people on the Extinction Event train, but so be it.
I'm on the train, but I'm in like the caboose. Like I'm chilling on it. Like I think it's a really good card. Games right now I find aren't going to 8 mana for me too often, so I ended up cutting it. But if games ever got a little bit slower again, I just 7/27s. You're coming in with those like airstrike carriers. They're big.
I mean, you only need one. Like playing a 7/27 rush for 9 is probably better than playing a World Core.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a 7/27 for 9 that can be like at least 3 7/27s.
Yeah. All right. So going into game 2, both players have really good hands. Really liking the way both look.
I'm gonna be honest there.
All right. Let's see. Is he gonna do it again?
I think that it's fine too. I don't think you get punished by that twice all that often in Wander. Instead, they're gonna get punished else, but
according to the community, Wander always has everything it needs every time, no matter what.
It's true. But there's no skill involved with it.
I'm actually pretty surprised that he's not. I'm pretty surprised by the natural selection here compared to just developing 2/2 drops. Most of what Zeron wants to do is at 3 mana anyway. So this isn't always necessarily super effective. In this case, it's pretty good though, for sure.
I think I like the Silver Guard better there, though.
Yeah.
I actually don't think it would have been that effective, but I think that they really should have played the Silver Guard. Like, there's not many ways that Healing Mystic is getting buffed. They can't clear either of them just as they are anyway, so I might as well just try and lock them down.
It's actually a really strong... specifically, just speaking to what you just mentioned, this is a really good defensive Thunderhorn that he gets to play after moving away.
If they didn't have a Draining Wave.
Yeah, of course. If they didn't have the 1 mana card that answers the 4 mana card.
Yeah.
And damages them to set up more damage because they're on.
Man, in the final game of the finals of the Trials of Mithran tournament, I missed my 2-drop and had my 3-drop Draining Waved by Feroka.
Oh, it feels bad.
Yeah, that was the moment where I was like, this is how I lose. Draining Wave is a very, very powerful card.
I just want to call out the Icy Fire almost Sundrop Elixir, the Thunderhorn. It was pretty good.
Yeah, there's subtle errors. But this is looking really good for Icy Fire at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Wanderer has the tools to deal with it. It is possible, especially if they pull that's actually really strong here.
Yeah,
I was going to say Rebuke, but it's also very good.
Nothing into a play where you're clearing their guy, developing 2 bodies.
You also get to protect the egg. A little bit, at least. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Protect the egg.
Yeah, never mind. You actually can't.
It could be worth it to say that you're developing another body going into your Wanderer turn is the possibility.
Yeah. And the important thing here is actually, because did he not? He had the mana to develop the Blood Tier, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have the mana to develop the Blood Tier, but chose not to.
Interesting. I'm pretty surprised by that. I mean, the Zeron can absolutely just heal the Cecil, and if that happens, you're further behind on board, but it's a mana that they have to spend doing that, which is better off for you overall. There's very few ways you get blown out at that point.
Yeah. I think actually what could be a pretty big decider, though, that aside, what probably could be a pretty big decider is the fact that Bryguy already has the Mecanter. I don't know how much Icy Fire is going to play around the Mecanter, just looking at these 4 Oh, is it better to just Mecanter this turn? It might be. That just
100%.
Yeah.
That Mecanter is dealing 8 damage this turn.
Yep. Well, it's dealing 12. Or no, it's dealing 16 damage, technically. Not to the face, but yeah. No, this is pretty nuts.
Yeah, this is super strong, and it also gets to deny the heal tile, which is super, super good. You get to, oh my god, okay. So, yeah, Bri just has my sideboard from now as well. I copied this sideboard inadvertently. Yeah.
Where you just throw a bunch of aggro cards in?
Yeah, this is what's happening, right? It's like
Ziran. A Ziran deck that isn't running Sunforge Lancer or Burn even.
If he plays the Wanderer here, which I imagine he probably is going to, he's going to get punished super hard by that pony.
Yeah. No, and then the Silver Guard can just clear the egg, and then Vitriol will start clearing.
I don't even think you do that, because your heal BBS is back up next turn, right? Oh, I guess actually if you pony your Silver Guard, it's fine. Yeah. Because you want to get the damage on the Silver Guard.
I was thinking of the tile, not the...
Oh, fair play, yeah.
Although, yeah, you can do both. Yeah, this is a pretty great play, honestly.
Yeah, you get to push a ton of damage doing this.
I think you attack with the Silver Guard here. You really need to pressure them right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't clear it with just his face, and the Ward Beast has already been used.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of downside to doing this. But he opts not to. He just wants the bigger health pool on it, just in case.
Which can actually get
fair.
Punished here by either the Ephemeral Shroud or the Elucidator.
Yeah, I feel like he has to maw the Paragon. Maybe you play like Maw Elucidator, but you get really low doing that.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for Ephemeral Shroud plus Maw. Yeah.
I think this is alright.
Ephemeral Shroud. And a Tiger. Yeah, I like how Wanderer just like unnerfs some cards.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It just like feels good to play.
Yeah.
The only way he like, there's like not too many ways he gets blown out here. Obviously, Tempest is a big one, but I do really like this line of play. Claim is kind of brutal, actually.
Yeah, no, because you can just like claim their small board, but then run away. No, don't move first. No, what you doing? Claim that.
Is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna play double Aether Herald. Okay, sure. Because he gets to clear with the silver, and he gets to kill the line.
Claim and just force Ragnora into a corner where you still have a Vitriol. Like especially with Icy Fire's version, or not Icy Fire, Galaru's version, where you just want to like sit back on a healing tile.
I think this is all right because he gets to body block the Maw anyway, so it's not like it's fairly likely he kills the Maw. It's probably not happening, but it's 4 heal triggers. It's like 50-50.
That's fair. Wow, that is unfortunate for you, I see.
And if he gets that right, like,
well, actually, it would have gotten killed either way.
Yeah, and Rag can't chase you, so I think that was an okay play. He rolled the odds on it being killed. Turrets are on. Yeah.
Also, I like the symmetry of Icy Fire's units.
Yeah, it looks like it's like one of those like daily challenges.
Yeah.
Like solve the puzzle.
Also, there's a very clean clear on those heralds and the Vitriol. Now Icy really needs to find a Trinity Oath or something. How
sad is this?
Spelljammer sort of kind of works as a Trinity Oath.
Yeah, that's all right. Although with the Elucidator in hand, it's really risky for Icy Fire going to the following turn. But like, how sad is the Silverguard Knight? He can hit the egg and can't kill it.
Oh man, but how happy is that Flaming Stampede to draw the game?
Ooh. Does it do 8? I thought it did 7. I don't remember.
I think it does 8.
That's actually really unfortunate.
Yeah. Those small edges.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the Trinity. Yeah.
If he replaces it, I guess we'll see. But this
is just lethal, I think. Elucidator.
Yeah, it's exactly lethal.
Well.
All right, well, there we go. That was actually a super game of inches on like both games. That was really cool.
That's the thing about Wanderer, man. You get good games. Like, I don't know, people complain about Wanderer, but it's always these like super close, very technical games in my experience when it isn't like a Flash reincarnation start. So I don't know. I love watching Wanderer games. Great example.
Sure. Yeah. Same. Like, as much as I don't like Zeron right now, I do have to admit, like, watching the games and like what I really love about Duelist is like those type of games where it's like, oh, the 1 HP differences or the slight missteps or the slightly out of sync ordering or whatever that can really decide games. It's just such a game of inches, except when you get Flash Wanderer and then it's not.
Or when you forget that your opponent has a Zoetic Charm equipped.
Yeah, that's...
Those are the ones. But it happens to all of us. We have probably all forgotten that Zoetic Charm was equipped at some point. I know I have.
Yeah, usually it's when I'm playing it though, which is even worse.
Also, dang, it feels like we'd be able to get through even more matches than usual, just because Tactical is being such a tank and just getting these games ready.
I mean, I'm down. Like, watching great Duelist gameplay from some of the best players is like always a treat.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm having a grand old time. Yo, we get to see one of my favorite cards in Duelist over there in Icicle's hand.
Ooh, this is cool.
Swarm King Scarab, and especially Swarm King Scarab in Wanderer. Do you know how much damage Swarm King Scarab does in Wanderer?
Hella.
Yes. More than Ripper combo.
I did the quick math.
I can confirm it does hella.
Before we start, I just want to point out, look at Hurst's hand. Just look at how baller this hand is. Like I don't know what's happening here, but I'm so excited for it.
Dang,
This
Hurst.
just looks really cool. All right, let's get started though.
Lionheart Blessing. I bet that's for White Widow, yeah.
I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen here. Is this like... Oh, it is a replace deck. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Man, I love what the general chat is like coming up with in terms of Duelist Brews, where it's kind of like evolved to the point where we're just discussing like these really random archetypes that have almost never been good and how to make them good. Oh man, that is just one of the pinnacles of my feeling it's in the list.
It's super cool.
Simple Lionheart Blessing.
Okay.
I like it.
I mean, it gets his Mana Forger killed, though.
Gets the Mana Forger killed, but like, what do you really need it for, honestly? Like,
I have no idea. That's the cool part. I have no idea what he needs it for.
So far, I haven't seen anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say, you know, they were allowed to do this play because they had Mana Forger. They were able
you're not wrong.
to do that. And then it's gonna draw 2 cards, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. This is like the most manly Mana Forger I've ever seen. It's just like squaring up.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss 1/2 Mana Forger. I miss
1/2?
so much. Yeah. Back when he used to reduce all spells for the entire turn by 1, he used the 1/2.
Oh, I didn't know that the stat.
My old buddy. Mana Forger is like one of my favorite cards in the game. I love him.
Mana Forger is a cool little card. I like that it's like more balanced than Golem Metallurgist because it doesn't reduce it.
Oh man. No, you're saying so. What you're saying is Arcanists need to be also considered spells when they're played.
Yeah. So they proc themselves when they play themselves, and you don't even need to play spells anymore. You just play additional Arcanists.
Like
Man, we've even cycled into another one.
I actually like this play a lot from Icicle. He gets to set up the pretty much guaranteed Wanderer next turn. It's like really, really tough to stop. He does have the Kron, so he does have the good answer to it. But like 9 times out of 10, this will work out for you.
Can we also talk about the fact that it's possibly a Kron into a Theobule? Which isn't
my god.
happen, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, he has an answer. He can Bone Storm, which is likely what he's going to do. But it'll be cool if it happens. I'd be super excited. But I unfortunately, that Bone Swarm is too juicy, I think.
Although if they Bone Storm, then that's all that they're doing. So they could just Lightbender BBS because it's mana efficient, which would also get rid of the Theobule's effect.
You might be right. I mean, it still gets rid of the Theobule, so I guess we still don't get to see the cool play.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Interesting. They're taking the tile and then going into the Bone Swarm instead of using BBS.
I can see it. Now, pulling out the Lightbender here is actually not bad, although he doesn't get to clear the Kron, so... Wait, yeah, never mind, I don't see it. Because you don't get to clear the Kron. If you could clear the Kron, I think this would be a really good play, but otherwise the Kron just trades into the Lightbender anyway.
Yeah, I liked BBS over Bone Swarm, even though you got to kill the 2/2, you could have just killed that with your face. And then if they chose to kill the Lightbender, you could have... if they chose to kill the Lightbender, then you could have just cleared Kron with your face.
Yeah. I definitely think this was...
bodies for when Wanderer comes down.
Yeah, but it's not the extra body, right? Because he just trades the Kron in. Or in this case, he got the lucky replace, and he just trades the Kron into the 1/4, and then he just kills that. Or he maybe keeps it alive, but probably trades.
Push 6 face, but I don't like that.
I don't think you push face in this match because you're just trying to set up for like dirty Theobule plays.
Yeah.
He does have the Sandstorm though.
How do you feel about Aegis Barrier versus Roar right there?
I think Aegis Barrier is correct, right? Because you want to protect it against specifically Blood of Air.
It's also correct when you draw back into the 4-mana Astral Crusader.
Oh, did he? Oh, my mic is in front of that. I didn't see it. Oh my god. All right, but here's the real question: does he replace it and then play Theobule to try to draw it back as a 1-mana card?
Yeah, you can play it onto the tile.
Like, I think that's actually the play. Like, no joke. You replace Astro Crusader, and then you play Thebio and try to get it back.
They're just going for Kron. They aren't.
That's boring. Boo!
No, they're just getting more greedy. They're getting more greedy. It's okay, Riv.
Boo.
Because what they want to do is they want to Kron, and then have Kron survive, which it isn't ever going to do, because Wanderer's coming down next turn. And then Theobule into the 1-mana Crusader and get 5 prisoners.
Yeah, I can totally respect that. It's just like, you could have got, what is that? That is 10, 9, 13. You could have got a 13, 12 onto the board.
It's true. Although, okay, so I wonder, so Icicle's probably going to Wanderer this turn. I wonder if they're going to use Martyrdom or Aperion's Claim, because there's a Fault coming up too. And Claim is really good against Fault, but Martyrdom is like good against both. I guess they're probably going to Martyrdom because they can Martyrdom plus White Widow or something.
Yeah, I imagine that'll be the case, just because like he wants that Thebio combo so bad.
Although Icicle looks like they're not actually going for the Wanderer play. Interesting.
Generally speaking, you want to clear the board before you play Wanderer. I don't know if that's true in this case because you can just like leave the 2-1 up, and so it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, I like this play more.
Yeah. Okay. I could have saw I can see the argument for Fizzling plus Maw to clear both, and then you push like 2 face damage or whatever. But considering how low threat it all is, it's like not that big a deal.
Monolithic Visions, though, my guy.
All right, Jason is my favorite person.
We are both fans of the Monolithic Visions.
Yeah. It's just so good.
Yeah, man, it feels so good. Unfortunately, it is no longer busted in the same way it once was.
Yeah, that's true.
Where you could just continually cast Monolithic Visions into Monolithic Visions into Monolithic Visions.
So it's funny, right? Because he can't actually clear the White Widow, so he does get the Theobule combo. But at the same time, Jason gets a bunch of 3/3s. That's going to eat them. And on top of that, he had the Martyrdom. So he had to give him such a wide HP buffer compared to where he was at, right? Because it was Martyrdom was on the Wanderer, right?
Yeah. I will say what's also kind of unfortunate is that they were standing on the sand tile, so a Dervish didn't spawn there, so this claim doesn't take that sand tile.
Yeah, that is actually really unfortunate.
It's not really something that they could predict, but it is something that's unfortunate. Also, the even better thing, though, is that Icicle's correct play 100% of the time next turn is Monolithic Visions.
I actually think that'll get him. Or no, sorry, no, never mind. That won't get him killed. I was like, that'll get him killed because he'll give Hurst a full hand somehow. Man, I'm scared.
Yeah, well, Monolithic Visions just draws your opponent a new hand too.
But Hurst actually is a really scary hand because he plays White Widow and Thebio, and that's 3 cards. Replaced twice, so that is effectively a full hand replace on like 6. That's 12 damage spread across. That can do a lot of damage. That's like really, really spooky.
No, I mean it's definitely. I really appreciate the fact.
Oh no!
Synaptic Arbitrage.
Oh no! That Synaptic is going to be big.
Yeah, because you can just rushes into Synaptic, steal the White Widow if you want. I don't know.
It's a little bit short. It has to be higher attack.
Oh, it has to be higher? Okay.
Yeah, so you can't do it right now.
But still, you can steal a lot of things in Lionar with a 5/4.
There's also just, like, that Trigon was, like, the big thing, because it's just so much meat on the board, you can't clear all this with the White Widow hits.
Yeah.
He's going to need to find another Appearance Claim, which does a lot of work here if he finds it.
I will say, Hurst might get Deck of the Week, if only because this is actually one of 2 matches that had been requested with Hurst as the opponent. So I think
I can see why.
Yeah, man. This is sweet. Even if it's going to lose, it's still sweet. And it lost to something, so that's okay.
We just got to believe.
Remember how you were talking about how much pressure that Trigon Obelisk was going to apply?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I think that, like, you know, the Synaptic Armitage and the Ferocious, those are all really good cards, but, like, this Trigon's going to win the game.
Yeah, no, but that's why I'm saying there's no hope.
Oh, yeah. No. He's going to body block it as much as he can. That's...
Yeah, but...
like, he's going to lose because he has to do this, but that is the play here.
Yeah. And that feels bad, playing the White Widow after the Theobule.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised he didn't play it immediately. I'm not sure what he was looking for. Maybe...
to another Trigon.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Well, both sides play. That's too many things.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Hurst. That was painful.
Man, you know, it really says something though when, like, Wanderer Xerix isn't the coolest deck being played in that match.
Wanderer Xerix with Monolithic Visions.
Yeah, and, like, that was not the highlight of that match.
Yeah. Actually, you know what the highlight of that match was? The highlight of that match to me was Hurst's turn 2, where they got to Martyrdom Lionheart's Blessing on the Mana Forger. I thought
that was pretty sick. I can't hate.
No hatred on that side.
That was really cool.
But no, what I really liked about Hurst's deck is that I feel like what Lionar brings to the replace game is that it has a lot of efficient draw. And what you need to make Theobule work is a full hand, you know?
Yeah, I can see it.
Like, I feel like this is the deck that can best take advantage of Theobule. Even if it isn't, like, the best deck, it's neat to see a kind of really cool tech card have a shell built around it in mind.
That is where I disagree, because I have a secret deck that I'll be playing. That may or may not.
And they have Bloodsworn Gambler.
Hell yeah!
One step ahead of you.
No, I didn't mean to wonder. I have a list that I think makes really good use of Theobule that I actually want to mess with. Because I actually feel like Replace is at a pretty good point in the meta. I don't think it's like a top tier deck, but a lot of the decks right now that are being played do not actually have very many proactive ways to deal with backline value generators. That's kind of the same reason why I feel like Arcanist is in a pretty good spot. Yeah,
no, I think I agree. And especially because Replace, you can also access stuff like Titan. I know one of the last decks I lost to on ladder was actually Replace Titan. And, you know, it's just like the deck puts a bunch of dudes on the board, and Titan is really, really strong right now, because Titan is a great answer to Wanderer.
Yeah, it really is.
As are having gigantic boards full of gigantic minions, which is what Titan does, because they don't play spells.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see how well it does this game. You know,
yep.
I want to believe.
Do you want to believe in the Bloodsworn Gambler dealing 25 to face?
Oh, I absolutely believe it. I am an advocate for Gambler being a stupid card that you should run. Sometimes. Not all the time, because, again, it's a 4-drop that just dies to Draining Wave and Lava Lamps, but... You know, you have to run some of those. You can't not run any.
No, it's true. It's true. It's very difficult to run nothing that dies to Draining Wave.
Yeah.
Everything has to have X5 health or better.
So this is the Purgatos turn, right? Like, you don't play Dialtos, I don't think.
I'd play Dialtos, but that's because I like it more than Purgatos, but they seem to agree with you.
Yeah, well, the reasoning is just a 3/5 is super effective onto the board, and it's not a stat line that can die. Technically, you can just trade the Aether Master and General Hit into the Deal Toss. On top of that, like the other issue though is the White Widow, right? In the last game, we saw the White Widow set up a lot of 2-damage things to kill things, and you really risk that here, where if it takes damage, it just dies too easily.
I guess so. So the White Widow thing is fair, but hey, look, it wouldn't have.
All right, well, you know what? You're right. All right, never mind.
This is why one of us is a Grand Master and one of us is S1.
Man, you're not allowed to bully me for that. I wasn't allowed to play. It's not fair.
Too busy making the game, I see. But
such a mean bully.
No, to kind of give a little bit more of a response for the dial display, I would have been fine with them trading in the Aether Master. Aether Master is such a huge engine card for the, like, you know, all the replace cards work off of replace, but Aether Master is one of only 2 that gives you more replaces, and it's the only one you don't really have to set up. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Like,
totally. I agree with you.
Masters halves everything they're doing. Removing their White Widow, like, still gives them a Kron turn where they can go Kron, replace, and get a ton of stats on the board.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there. Ooh.
That's pretty good against minion-based decks. That's a good card against Titan, probably.
I'm really, really surprised, actually, to see the White Widow come out.
Yeah, not the Kron.
I feel like that's not necessarily wrong, but definitely not the line I would take. Because, like, the Aether Master's kind of done its job. If you hit the Purgatos and you hit it with your Aether Master as well, maybe you go down to 9, but you get to develop Kron with 2 2/2s into an empty board, which is, like, super powerful.
Yeah, like, this Blood of Air would not have been able to... well, I mean, I guess they would have had a Purgatos. So
it would have mattered, but it would have mattered a lot less because you have, like, a stronger board. I don't know. It's alright. I guess he gets to play it now on an empty board anyway, so...
No, we got to see Hurst go for the replace. No, Hurst, go for the replace into the Theobule. Come on.
No. This time I agree with it. Just because I can see his hand, and that means that I can see Icicle's hand, which means we're getting the Theobule Kron. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. It was just a prank. Just a prank, bro. Man, I've never been so sad to see Wandering Lyrics doing well. I just want to see these replaces go off.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Sand-Swirl bugged. Sand-Swirl bugged.
Oh, yeah, cool. Sweet.
So it's as though Sand-Swirl was never played, and we live in this wonderful world where Kron never died, and we're just waiting on Hurst to slam the Theobule. We're asking why, and our prayers are never answered. We live in limbo.
What the best part is he's about to play Kron on top of Xerix.
Yeah.
Kron is about to teabag Xerix. Just take this hot take.
All right,
cool.
so we just spawned another prisoner. Another Rush prisoner.
That Kron is putting in work.
Yeah. And then they killed their own prisoner.
Yeah.
And moved their own prisoner. And Aegis barriered their Xerix.
And look at that damage that the air is dealing. Holy. The air is actually the biggest enemy.
Yeah.
God damn it.
All right. So what we know is that Xerix is Kron. There's an EMP going onto the board.
Hey, Tactical, does the other replay work? Is the other one broken? Because I know sometimes it only breaks on one screen.
Yeah. I don't know if you can flip the screens easily. All right. Well, what we know is that EMP came down, and then Xerix teleported and lost Aegis barrier.
All we need Tactical to get the the app where you can do paint onto your browser, and then he can just draw what's happening.
Yeah. Get some of that old Quasi-Pro.
Exactly. Oh man, this is probably a Mana Forger Immo turn.
I imagine. Mana Forger Immo. Although it's interesting that they're not using Martyrdom to clear the EMP. Oh, I guess they are. There must be something else that we're not seeing.
Well, I hope you can all join us in imagination-ish land. We get a couple prompts, but just think about whatever you want to happen, and that might be happening.
All right, Xerix fight in the air.
Yeah, I told you, air is dangerous.
Yeah, no. The prisoner actually got martyrdomed and gave Xerix health. So I thought Hurst was using martyrdom on their own prisoner to try and gain back some health, but I guess that's not the case.
All right, this is going to be maybe a scary Wings of Paradise. I mean, Theobule Wings is like
a lot of damage.
I feel like Theobule Wings is a meme, like more so than any other part of Replace. Like, I think it's the part a lot of people remember, right? Where it's like, oh, I got hit for like 15 damage Wings of Paradise. Yeah. But like, I also feel like it's like the hardest part of it to get off.
Yeah, White Widow doesn't hit you in the face. White Widow hits your minion. Wings of Paradise hits you in the face.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's threatening, what, like 3 cards in hand. So it gains +2. That's what, 6 plus it equates 8 damage.
8.
It's like an 11 damage hit. Like that's serious.
Hey, can we also talk about a cool play that Hearst did that you weren't able to see? Which was they went Mana Forger, Holy Immolation, Martyrdom the damaged EMP to give Icicle like 3 health instead of
that is sick.
Giving them more. Yeah. So cool play on your part, Hearst. And I saw that, quote unquote.
Hacker over here with his third eye.
Yeah, we're just envisioning what the board is for you. This is like talk radio, except we can't see it either. So it's like us listening to a baseball game and telling you what we think is happening.
Yeah, everyone open your third eyes.
All right, so Bone Swarm Fizzling Mystic does clear the wings, so that reduces the pain.
And this is why it's a meme. 3/3s are pretty tough to keep on the board.
Yeah.
Although I feel like it's a lot of like the inverse of what people say about Mana Forger. Just to go off on a tangent here, a lot of the time people are like, "Oh, well, Mana Forger just eats removal, right? And that's why it's not good." It's like, yeah, your 2-drop 8 removal. That's great.
Yeah.
That's how big of a threat it is. They had to remove it. Where like I feel like Wings is a little bit different, where like the extra mana point makes it so much more backbreaking for it to just die too quickly.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about the Xerix sitting on the prisoner with that mandible staff?
We're esports now. You can teabag your opponents. Like,
yeah.
We're gonna be with the Dorito and Mountain Dew sponsorship in no time. We just need the air horns. Oh Jesus Christ!
That was my air horn.
Oh, that was the best thing I've ever heard.
Makes up for all the bullying.
I wouldn't go that far.
Also, hey, Xerix has been transformed into a 2/2, but with 16 health.
Oh, so it's like Xerix before we gave them Blood of Air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss Wind over Xerix, to be honest. Like, not from like, it's fair standpoint, but just from a like, it felt awesome to play.
Yeah. It was, certainly quite powerful in its time. I've heard.
3 mana, you get the 4/4 rush stuck on the board and a 2/1. It's pretty good. I honestly have no idea what's on the board anymore, by the way.
Yeah, I've lost most of it. I saw that there was a Fizzling Mystic, and then some stuff happened. My
third eye is very, very shut right now.
Yeah, I could follow like 3 turns, but
eventually it's all spaghetti.
But Riv, we are casters. And hey, we're starting to see minions appear on the board now. Those minions were played. All right. We have minions now. Or is it just that we can't see Hearst's minions?
I think it's only Hearst.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, so that means that's actually easier. No, because we didn't see the EMP at all. So no, minions are starting to reappear. It is unbugged, sort of. It is just forgotten that the Kron and the prisoner.
Yeah, it's all right. They're eternal guardians. They are blocking the way. Like you see the way they're positioned. They're looking for intruders coming into the match. It's all good. You definitely light bendered something. That sounds like fake news. If we can't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, Icicle can't even remember what they light bendered, so we have no...
Yeah, he's just making stuff up. Everyone is just making stuff up. Nah, whatever's on the board is it.
All right, Artifrost says they think of blessing to White Widow. Artifrost, are you Hearst? Can we have the play-by-play from you guys from memory?
That Kron is decidedly not real. What was able to hit and live?
No, okay. I want to know about the dev's decision to Holy Immolation the board. Oh, wait, we found the Kron.
Oh, okay. That Kron is real. The other one isn't.
Oh, and there's a Mana Forger still alive. All right. Yeah, just give us the quick switcheroo, and then we can know what's happening.
Yeah, okay. Now, yeah, all right, that makes sense.
Now we know that there's a Kron.
There's actually considerably less things on the board than I thought.
Yeah. No. Things are... All right, Wanderer is finally coming down.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like a thing that happens, right? Because you can't play Wanderer like on a board where you're disadvantaged, and that's kind of where Xerix has been for the most part. He's had that like answer threat after threat.
Yeah. But they've been able to do it. Of course, Hearst will be able to answer back with the Aperions. So.
Unless he's dead here, which he's not. So you have to kill the Kron, that's right, okay.
Alright, the air doing some real work here. Protecting Xerix, or not Xerix, RGN. Xerix going back to teabag the...
Mana Forger.
No, that's the first Mare.
Oh no, I'm thinking he was killing the Mana Forger.
Oh yeah, killing the Mana Forger, yeah.
So he gets the 3/3 Dervish, he gets to develop his 2/2 Ray.
That's interesting, developing the 2/2 Ray without having played DBS. They didn't know that it was going to be blocked off. And,
I think it's alright.
Well, my questionable part of it is that it's emptying your hand, so you have to replace what you draw.
You're not wrong, but the reason I can see it is he's like 9, so it's already pretty scary. And if he does it the other way, he maybe gets his Dervish onto the sand tile, which he wanted to develop for more minions. So I think it's all right.
That's fair. All right.
And
well,
this game's coming down to inches.
Yeah. And another Kron, although Icicle's Kron is buffed, but does not have any replace available to it. And Icicle, Tactical is swapping the board for us on Hearst's turn, so we can at least see what is happening.
Yeah, it's not great. Whoa, that was a cool effect. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did with the little
Yeah, that was cool. Oh no. Oh, that's probably really good for Icicle.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at Icicle's hand. That's probably the best card they could have drawn. Really, the only card probably.
This is a salty Reddit post game right here. All right, cool. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting from the board.
Yeah. Oh man, and poor Hearst. They fought so hard. They're in a winning position against like.
I mean, we'll see. You know, the game's not over.
It's not over, but you know, it's.
You can get a lot of good things for sure.
Almost dead, as well. You know, they can Kron plus Wings of Paradise with Theobule in hand.
I think this is probably the decider. Whatever Visions gets will just like kind of decide the game.
Yeah. Oh wait, they can't do both actually. Oh, that's rough.
So let's see. Let's see what Icicle rolls.
Yep.
Is he a skilled player or is he a bad player? That's not looking great. Entropic Decay was good. Celsius is good. Never mind. That was actually pretty okay.
Yeah. Just the drop lift was kind of unfortunate.
That's okay. You always want a card to replace.
Holy Immolation. Did not actually know that.
Oh, that was lethal. Okay.
And that's game.
Cool. Yeah, guys, just to reiterate what Tactical was saying, due to the way the layout is set up, we cannot properly show both. If it broke like that, it's something maybe to fix in the future if that's possible, but for this stream, that's just like not really an option.
Yeah. No, with the way we've got it currently set up. Well, that was an interesting match. You know, it's like at the end of Tetris Grand Master Edition or whatever, where you get to the credits and you just have to like kind of keep them rolling. But eventually the blocks turn invisible, and then you have to go from there. So you know, I think we made at least a few Tetrises in that block before we got a little lost, and Tactical had to give us a sneak peek.
I've always preferred Puyo Puyo.
I don't actually know Puyo Puyo.
Oh, it's really fun. You should give it a try. It's like a really cool matching game that like gives you like stack bonuses and yeah. There's actually even like Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is like a mix of both. It's really cool. But you know, what's not Puyo Puyo Tetris is obviously these games that we're going to be looking at in a minute. So just to go over kind of what they are, we have another Xerix versus Ragnora matchup, which really hopefully does not break. Yeah,
Blob, you don't play Sans Rolls, right?
Yeah, there's no way. Who played that card? So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a very similar matchup with a very different deck on Blob's side. You can see the Portal Guardian, and it is another Ragnora Wanderer, which should be cool. because those are always fun to see, and we'll get them started right now. So let's see. This is actually pretty interesting.
Maybe if we do hit a sand swirl, sorry for interrupting the match.
No, go ahead.
But if we do hit a sand swirl bug, maybe we should just cut the match instead of going, or at least cut the game.
Probably.
We can just say who wins, and then we can do a different match instead.
Yeah, that's fine. The one time was pretty good, but like multiple times was pretty annoying.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty strong, though.
Hmm?
I was just gonna say, this is actually a pretty strong open for Makuta, although if he moves defensively, I'd be very surprised.
So, I don't know. The opening for Makuta is strong, but what it really made me think about was Rift and how I never actually saw Kujata into packs.
Oh, that's a good call. That's actually pretty decent. Wait, what? Makuta? But please don't sacrifice Mr. Nice Kujata.
It seems like they have remembered how Fireblaze Obelisk works. Or Lava Storm.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Taco. Like, maybe for next time we can get a separate screen for it to avoid it, but
yeah,
not a big deal.
No. It's easy. There are plenty other matches for us to spectate.
Yeah, it's like not too big a deal. So I actually really don't like this line of play from Makuta, like the positioning at least. I like the play itself. So he could have moved 2 forward and then played the Kujala where he's standing, and then played the Celebrant in the same area to give him potentially all 3 orbs, so he threatened everything. The only issue is if the Obelisk spawns in the top right, because then it kills the Kujata, but like, I don't know, I feel like that's such a low percentage play.
I mean, if you know that your play next turn, if you're 100% sure your play next turn is going to be Wanderer, then this play still makes sense, because all you need is 1. And you want Kujata to die.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but like, if he gets a 2-drop, he could have also played that, right? Or if he gets like natural selection, like you're giving up the mana. I'm not sure if I guess it's not necessarily incorrect, but it's like a little bit odd.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably the safest way to assure Wanderer is coming down turn 2.
That's fair, yeah.
Like that.
That's a good call, but that's a scary board to play Wanderer into. That's going to be a big Portal Guardian.
Yeah, but you don't mind a big Portal Guardian. You got a Sunset Paragon, which isn't doing anything against these obelisks, but could kill off a Portal Guardian pretty easily.
Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, it probably has to come down, and I think he has to take the tile, because you cannot play Wanderer and also give Vet a 5-mana turn.
Yeah.
If you give Vet a 5-mana turn when you play Wanderer, you're going to get it Sand Swirled or Blood of Arid, and you're going to lose.
Yeah, and we don't actually want them to play a Sand Swirl Raider because it might bug.
Yeah, that too. That'll be really unfortunate. Let me find a different set just in case, actually. Because, in a Vitruvian game, those are probably coming down relatively often, I'd say.
Yeah, it does look like they're giving them the Sand Swirl Reader for tempo, so this could be pretty painful for Makuta. You weren't lying about that Portal Guardian getting big fast, because it's getting +2 power just off of this.
Oh, actually, yeah, let's do that.
Alright, so play is as we had expected. Although they can now Flash Wanderer and get it out of their hand if they want to. That is an option. Oh, no, Sand Swirl bug.
Okay, yeah, so that's fine. We can have a different game set up. I'm just checking with Tactical now.
Alright.
So, yeah, it's not cast broken games. It's fine.
Yeah. I will find you the winner of the game, just so I can give you the old heads up. It was Makuta bringing it back and beating Blob 2-0. Yeah, sorry, Blobs. You can't play Vet if you want your games casted. It's a sad truth.
It's actually just the natural order.
Yeah. But yeah, so tactical. If you do we pick a new game yet, or are we in the process of that?
I posted 2 potential options. I just want to make sure neither of them has vet in them.
All right.
I'm not sure. So if you know if either of them have vet, then whichever one of these doesn't. Preferably the bottom one if it doesn't, because yeah.
Yeah, let me double check it. I've got to go look at the deck lists.
All right. Well, in the meantime, chat. Anyone playing anything cool or did anything cool over the weekend? Gotta keep it super professional, you know. Fixing games in 2018. You moved to DC. That's really cool.
All right, I am back. You guys should be able to hear me okay, both the chat and the stream. So I think what we're gonna have to do next week, and this is probably the easiest way that it's gonna get done. We have to have a specific scene for the second player that wouldn't involve having the layout at all. You get me? That's the the easiest way to do it. That way, it's just the second player screen taking over the whole, just the whole stream, but without having to worry about getting the first player's hand in there.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Because it tends to bug that out too, either way, as far as for the first player goes. If the first player's vet, it tends to bug out their hand anyway, so it's not reliable to show that in the first place. So
yeah,
Roy,
I will say the bottom match of your choices, the one you wanted, is both safe and good.
Okay, cool. Let's do that then.
What do you got? Ziza and Alex or Hobo Trash Can?
Yeah, that one.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Ziza.
Okay, I got you. All right. So coming up, guys, give me 1 minute.
Yep. Yeah, Freud, why did you move to DC?
Noun verb. The problem is that the layout right now doesn't support switching sides. The layout for next week can support swapping to the other side, just removing a layout, just because it's like easier.
Yeah, because what I was trying to explain before to Noun is that the reason why it doesn't work that way is because just imagine one screen having to be overlaid on top of another one, or one duelist window overlaid on top of the other one, right? So in order for us to be able to do it with the current layout, to be able to show both hands, even if the other hand was broken, right? Let's say if that's the case that we wanted to come up with just one hand being broken and the other one, as long as the game screen is fine. The reason why it doesn't work is because the game 2 window would hide the game 1 hand, or if we swap them, their window positionings, because that's how it's based off on the layout. It's all cuts from one screen, right? So the big problem would be that the second window is a browser window, so just by default it has a bigger header. Google Chrome has a bigger header than your Duelist standalone client window, and so even if we were able to get the exact positioning right, it still has to be moved up a little bit to account for the fact that that there's extra header space. You get me? So it's a lot more complex than that. It's actually a lot easier to just show only the 2-player side of it, and that's okay because the player 1 hand would be broken anyways, right? In that scenario. So I don't know. It's just the way that I'm thinking about it right now. Just the way unless the other way would be if we had an additional screen. So I guess if I had a third screen, we could make it work.
It's fine though. It's fine. We'll have it for next week.
Yeah.
But
only see one hand because no, exactly. That's gonna be the more realistic answer, is just to only show one hand. Yeah. If I screen shared with you, you would get it. Noun.
Yeah, no. We trust you. We trust you with the production stuff. They're tactical.
Yeah. Because it actually happened during the Midtron tournament too.
What? People play Sandstorm Reader?
It was. Was it Sandstorm Reader? Oddly enough, I think it was Falsius that broke it, which doesn't really make much sense.
That's a first.
Huh. I don't. From what I'm noticing, I don't have Alex.
Oh.
Added. I thought I Oh, he did.
It's a shame.
So if he accepts really quick, cool. If not, we can just do the top one.
Yeah, is he online? Reader
I have no
officially
idea.
a banned card. I mean, that's actually what we're recommending for the Midtown tournament.
Oh.
Yeah,
That would have
That's-
been quite a
quite a ban.
quite
Yeah,
roar.
yeah.
I will say.
Yeah, so Alex, if you're in the chat, please do let us know. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and find the other one. So the other one, you think is gonna be fine? No vet, or has that not been like scouted?
The other one. Let me look at it. I'm messaging Alex
Yeah,
right now to see if I can get that game.
yeah. Well, we better check it out right now. It seems to be Abyss versus Magmar, so we should be good. Thank God.
Okay, cool.
Imagine the finals of the Trials of Mithran tournament being a Wanderer mirror.
That was
Yeah.
honestly our biggest fear, but luckily, Wanderer Ragnar was too broken, so people just played that.
Hey, triple Wanderer only made up 3 of the top 4 slots. And it didn't even take first, second, and third.
My favorite part was the Reddit post afterwards, like, "Oh man, no, double flash is mathematically more viable than like all this other crazy stuff that was happening."
But it is though. Or it was.
Man, I'm still so annoyed. I'll never stop talking about that misplay because my entire thing was I was like fist pumping the air as I was going to beat the Wanderer, having not drawn my own flash. I was like, I did it! And then I ran into a Morinker and died.
Sometimes you have victory and sometimes you have more incur.
Yep.
Sometimes you just gotta eat it.
Yep. Man, I still brought it back to a 5-game set, but that felt really bad. Because, I pushed really hard and I was like, I'm finally going to prove to people that, like, Wanderer can just be a skill-based thing, not necessarily like, oh, they drew Flash. And it's like, no, I never drew Flash. I bricked the entire game and I had Lethal. And then I messed it up.
It was a good game, though.
Yeah. Should have played 2 Flash. You probably wouldn't have bricked it.
I'll put it to you this way, though. At the very least, it was insanely memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is true.
Alright, so
All right,
we should be good to go.
let's jump
yeah.
right into this one as soon as it's ready.
Yeah, it's good to go. Here we go.
All right, cool.
Fred, your dog might be able to play a Wanderer deck, but can it play a Wanderer deck as best as it can be played?
Wait.
Wait.
It's still Blob versus Makuta, my guy.
My guy. My tactics.
Hey, what happened? I messed it up? Oh my
There's
god.
just bro. I see it in just like 2 or 3 turns.
Alright, hold on. Wait, I thought this was the match that were... Oh, okay, hold on. I'm a little lost now.
Nah, we looking for that hobo trash.
One of them is correct.
There we go. Okay. Alright. Give me a moment. Speaking of memorable, oh my god, Sandstorm Reader is like a producer's nightmare because like there's like nothing I could do about it outside of like I don't know. Is there some kind of a T2K script to fix it? Would be amazing.
I don't think so. Yeah, you could ask.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's pretty much a wizard, so
you might be able to. It's tough. I've seen some people actually still make the deck tracker work, which is pretty impressive.
yeah. I mean, it's just like magnets. No one really knows how they work. It's just magic.
It's been around.
Yeah, so give me a second, guys. I am so sorry.
That's okay. They got all this fun.
I can't believe it happened back to back. That's the crazy part. Like that looks like the only time I stepped out. Period. And of course, it happens there.
Nah, we filled in for you. It's okay.
You did? What were you guys talking about while I was gone?
Not nonsense. Just nonsense.
Yeah, we filled it with nonsense, but it's still filler.
I wonder where Tactical went. I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's go look up his main hobbies, and then he could
I
be.
figured it was a tactical retreat.
Oh my god. I left on purpose. I was just trying to see. It was a test. Congratulations, you passed.
Oh, sweet.
Yay, Riv, we graduated.
You're now.
First time.
You're now Grandmaster Casters. Doesn't really do quite as much for you as far as Duelist rep goes, but It's okay.
That just feels bad because that means I'm just a Grandmaster caster, but still not a Grandmaster player. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, and that actually makes our hacker a double Grandmaster. So
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Oh man, I can finally take my rightful place as the person in Duelist official tournaments with the most tags.
That's true. That's true.
All right, well, let's get this Wanderer versus Wanderer game going.
Ah, so it is. And one of them has the Flash equivalent.
One moment. All right.
Yeah, I would not say they're equivalent. One is much worse.
I mean, they're both the cards that ramp Wanderer out on 4 mana.
That's fair.
Like, yes, Darkfire Sacrifice is a more balanced card, but that's an entire can of worms.
Honestly, developing the T-Horn plus BBS here, though, is actually going to make it really awkward to develop that Wanderer.
Is it?
I think so, because if he develops it, the Thunderhorn can hit into it and kill it, and then the Ripper can kill it. Like, if that's his line of play, right? So we'll have to see. Playing it on tile is interesting.
Well, my thought is that they wanted to go 2-drop, 2-drop? Or, actually, no, this is really good, because now they can't develop...
Yeah, no, this is actually a big green play. This is actually like a 10,000 IQ play, never mind. I forgot that Darkfire Sacrifice doesn't wear off. That's the one thing it does better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually sick. Oh, man.
And they got an ooze off of it, which is, like, probably the best... Well, no, it isn't the best pick, because they could have taken a tile and played, like, a Dex.
Hopefully he doesn't play that ooze, or he's going to be real sad by that Thunderhorn.
That's fair.
We're gonna go back and get shell-shocked back like 6 months.
I will say it's a situation where choosing to play Thunderhorn in your Wanderer list is correct.
Yeah, that's true. So I feel like the line of play here is probably like the Rustcaller on the top right, or the bottom, or the top left, or whatever. How do I? Or sorry, yeah, the top right or the bottom right. There we go. Still haven't slept. And then just develop a BBS, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's correct.
Yeah, okay. I think it's pretty powerful. Like, he gets a lot of board control here, and if he has to take the bottom tile, then he runs it into the Ripper for whatever he's putting down there, which is pretty good.
Yep. Unfortunately, that natural selection is never going to be online because of the egg.
Yeah.
At least for killing off a Wanderer, but...
Ooh. I feel like the play is still just Wanderer, but that's a pretty cool Shroud.
Yeah, no, the Shroud is good, but there's not enough like follow-up tempo outside of that. The attack is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that. I feel like maybe Hobo doesn't feel like they win the long game, which I would be surprised by. I feel like Abyssian's late game and pushing out 2/2/2s every turn is probably a little bit stronger, but...
No, especially because the Ripper, it clears one and then dies to the other, but also, like, I don't know, I feel like Ragnora is probably the most aggressive Wanderer.
Yeah.
Whereas Lilith is one of the slower Wanderers, so...
I guess maybe it's just thinking like about it, maybe it's because he got the Darkfire off, so he has a big tempo advantage. Mm-hmm. So he's just trying to capitalize on that. Which that would make quite a bit of sense to me, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Makuta is
this is a strong Thunderhorn though.
Sort of a strong Thunderhorn. It can just get shrouded.
Yeah.
But it means an egg isn't, I guess. Or Hobo could just not care about it.
Yeah, that's always an option. I actually really like leaving the Ripper where it is. It's a really good play, in my opinion, just because Makuta just wants to get to the 6 mana just to be able to play the thing here, the Wanderer, and taking 7 damage and getting bopped is a pretty disadvantageous way to do that.
That's true. No, I mean, I guess if Hobo is going face against you, you kind of have the inclination that you might not want to be going face against them.
Yeah, exactly.
Be able to do further face damage to you. This is a pretty brutal turn, though.
Yeah, he gets his Thunderhorn knocked out, something really useful, and he develops a ton of 2/2s. And yeah, Makuda's in a really bad spot. I definitely replaced the natural at this point, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be doing anything against the...
Okay, Jax is actually a way to win this matchup. I don't know if it'll be enough at this point.
Next to that EMP, sitting in Hobo's hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
They play their Jax, you play your EMP, your Lilith, so it's not like you're at a detriment of 2/2s or 1/1s.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the winning play here is, unfortunately. And I assume it has to be like run away, but
Bone Reaper might be able to do some work if it gets off correctly.
Yeah, that'd be all right. I guess the play here is just develop Primus.
Yeah, Primus plus BBS appears to be what they're going for.
Yeah, I think you have to develop that. It's awkward though, right? Because the Wanderer will just free clear it, and if it's placed anywhere other than the top right of Lilith.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure where you can develop that. Maybe even hold the egg.
Well, you don't hold the egg because your BBS is up if it turns. So
oh yeah, fair enough.
No reason to hold it.
Yeah. This is actually a really good position, though. I think he's making the best use out of what he has available because, sure, the Wraithling or the General can kill the Thunderhorn, but that means that the Mithron Wanderer has to hit the egg to clear it rather than hitting anything else.
Yeah.
Because of the Provoke on the Herald. That's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Or never mind. Doesn't matter.
Speaking of Bone Reaper, yeah, I think that this is just... I think this game is just going to Hobo over here.
Yeah, that's a big oof right there.
Yeah.
It was looking maybe
compatible, but... small oof getting killed.
Yeah.
That's a French joke. Because oof is egg in French. I am so learned.
Hey man, I've watched Dexter's Laboratory. Omelette du fromage,
There you go. But there you go, son of Makuda.
Yeah.
Even playing around the natural selection. Although, oh man, they're 1 mana off from Plasma Natural.
That's actually tragic. I wonder if you just take the damage for a turn, you develop Jax here, and you hope he doesn't have good answers to it, and then you can Plasma Natural if he does have answers, and if he doesn't, then you can just win off the Jax.
Yeah,
that could be alright.
It's still going to be going into an EMP, which foils that planning. But from Makuda's perspective, that is definitely a way you could see yourself getting out of this. I don't know, maybe you just Plasma and then BBS near Lilith and run away from the Wanderer. That's a play.
Yeah, that is a play. That could happen. The Bone Reaper,
I want to be playing. It does protect itself from the Wanderer if played next to Lilith.
Yeah, it just doesn't really do anything though.
Yeah,
Wanderer is also
a pretty okay play because they don't have the natural anymore. They replaced the natural, so they can't set that up for 2 turns. Yeah, and Hobo's hand isn't getting worse.
No.
Has quite the curve.
This is why Abyssiate, if it can get to the late game, is still a really strong faction.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to that point, that's the problem. But the Darkfire made such a big difference in being able to leverage that tempo into the late game.
Yeah. I think that an interesting yet largely unexplored thing is the matchups between Wanderers. Because those are pretty specific, actually, in knowing who's aggressive and who's not. And I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Although I really don't like this play.
Why not?
Well, mostly because you have a potential option here to just end the game in a different way. So the line of play I might have taken, I don't think this play is wrong. It's just if you clear the so you don't clear the Wanderers yet, but you do BBS first, because if you get a spawn that blocks his summoning zones, you trade the Wanderers, and you can actually fully body block him in.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's Well, wait, can you?
Yeah, because you can move your general across.
Oh yeah, because you don't have to put the journal back.
Yeah, so you can fully body block him in, and yeah, he has the plasma, so that would actually answer it. But like most times, that'll win the game.
Yeah.
Granted, hitting him for 7 in the face also.
Similarity, like.
Yeah.
And you're going into a spec rev as a 7/7, so.
Oof.
A story of oofs.
Yeah, this is just like over. It's fine. You know, sometimes these games happen.
Yeah.
Darkfire sack.
Starkly is claiming that Lilith is the best wanderer in the mirror.
I could see it. Mostly because Lilith has more bombs to play in the late game, and the bombs that she has are really dangerous if they can't be answered properly. So given the less specific answers available in Wanderer, I could see it for sure.
So I'm actually going to go out here and say something you wouldn't expect to hear from me, but I think Reva is the best in the mirror. I think that Heartseekers just scale the best, and they do answer Lilith. But also, just like the Songhai Wanderer decks just have so much kind of like ranged value, and ranged is such a huge thing that Wanderer has a trouble with in general.
Yeah.
So that's my thought on it. Although I will say I think Brome is favored against Reva, but I think Reva is favored against just about every other Wanderer. But that's just because Lannar's big giants that like provoke you and keep you from getting range. Like Reva can run away from almost everybody except for Brome. But Brome does have some of their own troubles. And well, I mean, Makuta isn't dead. All 6 of the Wraithlings could spawn right below Hobo.
Although he should be dead.
Did they miss April?
Yeah, because if the Revenant hits the body block, it deals 4. Yeah.
7.
That's all right, though. Exactly. Chaz. Extended VM.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably Makuta's only play is like Macantor into eggs into attempts.
I think you hit first.
No, I think you do this first to remove 1 space.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I guess that or like seeing which space would be less hittable, which is probably actually better. Okay. Well, this could still be a game. There's a Bone Reaper in hand.
All right. Yeah. I mean, the issue is he's going to walk forward and play EMP, but yeah.
That's fair. And Makuta got the Jax back. If they play EMP now... Oh, they're not playing EMP now. They're just going to play Reaper.
I think they're playing EMP.
Really? You wouldn't play Reaper here?
No, I just walk forward and play EMP.
Why?
Get rid of the Ripper. Just shut it down completely.
What? Oh, like, because of the Ripper.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just shut it down completely. Just be like, nah, screw you. Here's an EMP.
It looks like they're agreeing with you.
Yeah, because like, what do you do? Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. You don't play Jackson into an EMP next to you.
Well, here's the other thing, right? Is what's the only way that Hobo loses is if he's playing Ripper combo with like Thumping Waves, and he like bridges that across through all the Wraithlings, and then hatches it, and then Thumping Wave fortitudes it.
Yeah,
and that's like an actual way to lose.
Yeah. Man, why is Ragnaros so scary?
Granted, he also moved forward, so I don't know if that's really what like his thought process was. Because
well, I mean, it could still be their thought. Well, oh yeah, because now they're actually within range of doing that.
Yeah.
Although they don't have mana even on 9.
Yeah, they do. Oh, typically plus 4. You're right. Yeah.
Something. Fortitude, Eggmorph. That's
10 mana. Yeah, you're right.
You have to have an existing egg, so no. Hobo Trash Can was completely right.
The 50,000 IQ walk forward. Yeah, but that's the thing with the EMP, right? Is like, what do? He's huge and in your face, and you just lose.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's all right. You know, it happens. This is probably his best play.
This is going to get punished by Punish, and then the game is going to end.
See what you did there?
Yeah. I was clever.
Well, that's a big word.
I mean, maybe I wasn't clever enough for the Great River but I am clever. Also, speaking of clever things, I like that the Celebrant body blocks the egg from being hit by a Wraithling.
Yeah, I mean, it is cute. Unfortunately, though.
Yeah. But, you know, if
Punishes
you're going to win from this position, you need them to not have everything, but you also need to play perfectly.
I feel like if you're going to win from this position...
Well, no, I'm saying
Makuta.
Makuta needs to play.
Okay, yeah, no, I know. I was saying, from this position, I think the only way Makuta wins is if Hobo disconnects.
That is possible. I don't know, their hand could just be all 2-drops. It could be like Dauntless Fist, a second Rust Crawler. I don't even know what 2-drops are left.
I don't know, like... Abyssian Wanderer decks are like hyper greedy. I don't know. Ooh, though. Oh, no.
No. It's just the wrong side.
Oh. No, but that was a good
Icicle, I actually feel like which Wanderer variant you're playing is more important than going first or second.
Yeah, I agree, but going second is like decidedly better than going first.
Yes, but I think that the impact is higher based on the general faction that you're playing.
I agree. You know, I think if you're playing like Wanderer or Ragmirs, whoever goes second will win unless the other person has Flash, like 90% of the time, assuming both players are about equal skill.
Makuta has Flash going second, so I guess we'll see how good this mirror is.
Both sides get you. Whereas if you're playing like Wanderer Riva, for example, I think it's completely okay to go first if you're playing into like Wanderer Rag, because I think that's like completely reasonable, and you can win out from that position.
Yeah.
So it definitely does really heavily matter.
I like the Nightmare Operant, honestly. I don't know. I just like playing Mechazar.
I really like his attack innovation.
I don't know. I just like minions with a lot of abilities on them that don't do anything the turn they come in. It's like my thing.
Yeah, well, Mechazor is perfect for you then. Yeah, you also must love Peacekeeper.
I love Ironclip Guardian. I love Nimbus. Like,
do you love Peacekeeper though?
I do actually. I don't like it very much because unfortunately Peacekeeper is a little too soft to too many things.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. I think we're ready to start these games up though.
Yeah.
I'm sure this will be a pretty short game if he has Flash. You know, both sides are going to get you. That's what Wanderer does. So, like, that's the you know, I feel like when people talk about Wanderer, they only talk about Flash because, like, Flash and Darkfire are unfair. Like, straight up, whatever is about to happen here is not a fair thing, but it's the games where you don't have that, where it's, like, the true show of skill, I think.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, it was so interesting and it went on like 15 turns. And people are like, I want 15 turn games, but I hate this deck that can play for 15 turns. Like, you know?
Yeah, it's just Flash.
Yeah. No, I'd be fine just kicking Flash from the game, honestly. And you know, I'd still say Wanderer. Like, I'd still say Wanderer is probably one of the 6. I mean, I'm not even playing Rag Wanderer this month. So.
That seems incorrect.
Nah, man, I decided to try and help Icicle, so I'm playing Xerix Wanderer right now.
Oh, that sounds incredibly wrong.
Nah, actually, I've been quite happy with it. All the tech for Wanderer deals 2 damage. Like,
yeah.
And also, like, I have access to Fall.
Oh, wait, what? What just happened? Okay, huh. Okay. That's not at all what I was expecting.
But it doesn't seem terrible. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really know. Well, 5 mana is enough to do, like, BBS Dark Ritual Vanishing, Inkling, whatever.
Yeah, I was just expecting him to play Aetherheld on the tile and then trade the Nightmare Operant into the Ragebinder and then lure the egg.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can definitely make an argument that that's not correct because you're burning your only lore. And, totally valid. I just feel like leaving Ragebinder up is a huge risk because, like, what if he just has a hatch here, right? Which, in fact, he does. He's going to flash probably, but I actually would flash Jax here, by the way. He disagrees, but
I think doing so. I think there's so few things that they can do to answer flash Jax or just like Jaxies in every corner, especially from this position. Like, that would be more game-winning than just getting this out.
Yeah, like I think this is perfectly game-winning as well, and that's fine. But
That's
like,
fair.
this is maybe safer if he's worried about a scorn, I guess. I don't know. Like I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any of these lists run scorn, and Jax is just like a back-breakingly like game-winning card if you cannot answer it.
Yeah. And Scorn is even less likely in Lilith.
Yeah,
Though
exactly.
I still actually like it because I think that Wanderer is out enough that it doesn't really hurt you. And also in Wanderer, you're trading away your minions like so often. You're not really building up a swarm in the same way. So
yeah, no, that's fair. I haven't played against Wanderer Lilith too terribly much, so my matchup knowledge for this deck specifically is actually not that extensive. It's mostly like into other Abyssian decks that I found that just flashing Jax is like game winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does get Jax this turn, so I mean, or no, he doesn't because he replaced it. Why? Okay, I'm fine with him not playing it. But like, why did he replace it?
Yeah, and why is he keeping Blood Tier? I mean, maybe Makuta's just trying to go face. Like, Blood Tier is okay against Lilith, or it's good against Lilith, but it's bad against Wanderer. I guess their Wanderer isn't coming down for a couple turns. So that's okay, but I don't know.
I think it's alright. I guess the reasoning is Breath of the Unborn is a card that, Wanderer has a lot of open slots. Maybe they're playing it because it's one of their only AoE options, and getting blown out by that card would feel really bad off of the Jax.
Well, I think that's more of an argument for having not played it last turn off the flash. I don't think that's an argument for replacing it.
I mean, it still dies, right? Like 2/2 still die to it, so
it still dies, but like you can force them to have that answer and make an incredibly powerful play that wins because you're ahead. You've played your Wanderer. If they're spending their turn to play Breath of the Unborn, then whatever, you play another big threat.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, but like, that's the reason I can see.
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty good turn though. He can lure the Bone Reaper away, Blood Tier the Ragebinder, kill it, and play Mystic to set up for his Wanderer turn.
Yeah, no, that is actually quite good.
And then he loses to War Beast, but like it's still a good turn.
Although, actually, the crazy thing is, with this lore, with this turn, Hobo isn't that far behind. They're at 21 health, 23 health because they're going to gain 2 off the Mystic. Like, they get to play their Wanderer soon, and at that point, the Flash...
Wait, what? He did that wrong.
Yeah, well, both sides played hard.
Alright, well, yeah, both sides played hard.
They get to use their mana efficiently.
Yeah.
That feels so bad.
I'm actually not sure why he did that in any scenario, though, because even if it's the other scenario where you haven't played Wanderer yet, you still want to Blood Tier first because it puts the egg down so that you can hit it for free.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like you misplayed because of Wanderer. Like, it's just wrong.
Yeah, no. I mean, it happens, but feels real bad.
Yeah. That's pretty unlucky.
I'm glad that Duelist players oops during, like, competitive matches.
Oops is a great emote.
Oops is a great emote. Like, I don't know, when I watch casts of other games, and it's like you see somebody misplay and you have them on camera and they just do the, like, ah, or whatever. But here it's just like, oops. And you know that exact face of, like, what have I done?
Yeah,
Did I just throw this game?
And in this answer, it's yes, because I think he could have recovered if he had cleared the Ragebinder, but now I just don't really see it. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you win from this position now.
Makuta doesn't have pressure. Outside of this Macantor, Makuta is, like, hurting for some...
I disagree, though, because that's a lot of pressure. He gets to clear a Wraithling with his General, he gets to clear another Wraithling with the Ward Beats, and push a ton of damage. Like, this is 9 damage.
I guess so, yeah. No, this is probably over. You're probably right.
I'd be happy if it wasn't the case. I want to see this go longer, but yeah, this is just so much damage, and he has a Bone Reaper that's eventually going to catch up.
Well, actually, there's a Sunset Paragon.
Yeah, that's true.
Sunset Paragon, like, into BBS, clear the egg with face.
Yeah, this is all right.
And now they know there's no more Mercantor. They get to BBS setting up their Wanderer turn.
Yeah, they've had to give up. There we go. Wow, words are hard. They've had to give up a lot of pressure and a lot of health because of it. But I mean, they can play Wanderer. They can set it up now. At least they're in the game.
They also have Darkfire, which might seem like, oh, it's too late. But, you can throw out a 2-drop. You can throw out a Mystic with that if you need the tempo boost.
That's a lot of cards to give up, though.
It's a lot of cards
you have to give up a body, too.
On what Makuta plays,
Yeah, like if it was Flash, I'd agree with you more because, like, it's just a card then. But this is, like, not just a card. It's a card plus a card on the board.
Yeah, which would be getting the Wanderer boost. It's not likely, but I like that it's an option.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if he finds, like, a Revenant or something. Like, if he replaces, that could be really good. This is a more interesting game than I thought it would be after the Flub Rangefinder.
Yeah. Also after the Flash Wanderer is player 2.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how this game started, was the Flash Wanderer as player 2. Hobo Trashcan has been fighting uphill just to get the 6 mana and made a pretty rough misplay. But they're still in the game. So, kudos to them. And yeah, Makuta can just develop an egg. They can clear some guys, but like, do you even want to use removal on these Wraithlings?
I think so. I think you attack the bottom Wraithling and then you Lava Lance the other one.
I think
I don't.
It still feels bad.
It does, but you don't give them any quarter,
Yeah. Makuta's not choosing to go for it though.
All right, fair enough.
He's giving him the Wraithling.
All right, that Wraithling better win the game now.
That's a lot of pressure to put on one Wraithling. All right, they're going for the tempo play.
All right.
I guess that Wraithling wasn't really doing much. That's a 3/4 Mystic.
I feel like you should have replaced first though.
Yeah, probably. You should have replaced the Blood Tier if you were going to. You're going to go for that.
Yeah. Just because, like, if you find Revenant, you're probably happier to play the Revenant than the Wanderer, I think.
All right. Hobo, if they choose to play that, is just saying, here's my board. I hope it's good enough. But it's not, because there's a homeostatic rebuke, which pays enough.
Yeah, I mean, with the Bone Reaper and the Egg, I guess he doesn't care too much about the rebuke here. But I don't know if that's still what he really wants to do, just because it messes up, like, his own tempo a lot. And you can get a pretty full clear without it.
I don't know. I think this would be too juicy for me. I would just go for it. Clear. Yeah, go for it. Have the egg die in a safe space.
You're probably right.
Punch the healing mystic just to clean it up. You're at 17. Yeah, you're at 17 life. You can do a full, or you can do a partial surround, but enough to stop him from running away.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think that's probably better. I'm just really adverse to like damaging my own stuff. In this situation, though, it's fine. It's like
static rebuke if you're adverse to damaging your own stuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm not like huge on the card.
Sacrifices must be made on the path to greatness.
All right, you've convinced me.
It's all about the speeches, really.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm curious what his play will be,
they're not
though.
doing it. They're following your mantra now.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
I disagree with this, but...
Hell yeah.
But, like, what... I mean, I guess there are some better things to clear with homeostatic.
Here's the big thing, right? And I think it's actually a really important thing. Yes, he has the Egmorph, but one of the things that actually does lose him the game here is, like, a Blood-type Priestess. And having Rebuke for Blood-type Priestess is incredibly important. Now, that said, this Hollow Grove Keeper is about to show you why you need to play 3 Grove Keeper in every deck.
Yeah, or at least one.
Or not? What?
Ben, you put this card in your deck for a reason, my guy.
I mean, I guess this is alright. He can do it next turn, but it would have been really strong. That would have been, like, super, super strong.
Yeah, no, I mean, nullifies most of what the 3/8 does. They have to walk over and have it kill a 2/1. But it is greedy. I will, say that
and it also pigeonholes him a little bit into like doing it next turn, where I think it was like pretty optimal to do it that turn, and then he could have had like a necrotic sphere for the turn after if he needed it.
I mean, I guess the thing that they might have been thinking is that the Azure Herald wouldn't have been, or the Azure Herald would have been free of provoke. And so if they had chosen to go for it, then they might have just like gotten surrounded or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because it has frenzy. I don't know. It has frenzy though, right? Like.
Yeah. No. It's true. It's true.
It's okay though. Like I think it's fine. Like you have a good necrotic sphere here.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Okay, a really good necrotic sphere here.
I think they aren't going to choose to Hollow Grove Keeper.
All right. Who wants to bet that he dies to the Ripper next turn? I'm calling it now.
I think Hobo has worked too hard this game.
No, that's exactly why it'll happen.
Oh man, but he gets the perfect surround with the Wraithlings.
Actually, it would be one short even with Fortitude. Yeah, all right. This is a really good.
Oh, you're pushing it. You're pushing this game back. The Rebuke does clear the board, but yeah.
This is kind of the issue, though, is he waited so long to use the Grove Keeper that now it's just kind of a dead card in his hand. So the value he could have got is now gone, and does he replace it? Does he not? It's like, I don't know. It's tough.
Oh man. There's not really a good way to Paragon, which is not terribly unfortunate. Paragon stays relevant forever, or gets replaced. One or the other. I think
that was actually a really good draw.
Light Bender over the Paragon. I think
Paragon.
So
you absolutely trade the Ripper in, and then you review it, yeah.
But Riv, it hurts your egg.
I mean, that's okay. It doesn't kill it.
Why do you not care about your child?
I do. It's just
not kill them is what I'm hearing.
I'm just saying, like, if it's not dead, it's okay. Battered and bruised is no problem.
Dang. You'll be a ruthless parent. I would play the last egg there. It's the kind of thing where you just you're ahead. You need to keep that pressure on.
Well, it's like, what is he going to do? Is he going to hit it? Then he's staying there, and you're just going to kill him with the hands.
I think Makuta is trying to do too much value against a deck that can outvalue them. It is kind of unfortunate that they can't really move forward and punch that other egg.
Yeah, we're getting into the scary point, though, where, Ripper's threatened to kill you, but, like, Wraithling's threatened to win the board.
Yeah. No, and this is a lot of stats being put on a board, which is what Hobo Trash Can needs to do to win.
I wonder if it's actually just game, though. Can he, do...
I don't...
Attack 8, it's one short.
Yeah. No, wait, it doesn't. It should be lethal.
Wait,
no,
did I do my math wrong?
Lethal. No, you just run the Ripper forward, hit Lilith, Eggmorph it, hit Lilith, run the Ripper over, hit the Cryptographer, and then punch with face and fizzling. Or not lethal.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, it's lethal.
Or, okay, this is lethal too.
Yeah, no, he did it. Okay, yeah, that's lethal.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that was like a really well-played game. It really just came down to that Rage Binder.
Yeah, and also I think that Hollow Grove Keeper play on Hobo Trash Can's part, I think missing the Hollow Grove Keeper was a really big deal.
Yeah, for sure, because he could have had the Necrotic Sphere for a much bigger turn afterwards. And the Grove Keeper, like, Frenzy is a really big deal when it has Provoke.
Yes.
Like, that is no joke. But that's going into Game 3, so that's really exciting. I'm always happy to see Game 3s. Especially in a set that's been, like, surprisingly competitive for both players getting their, like, I win buttons immediately.
Yeah. I will say, though, with the amount that Wanderer Rag struggled, given its insane opener, I do feel like Hobo is favored going into Game 3, at least against Makuta right now and their build of the deck.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think both games have kind of shown that if it wasn't for slight misplays here or there, Hobo might have even been like 2-0 up already. And I think it's like pretty hard to ignore that, and because of that, I think he's a favorite going into this.
But going into Game 3, Hobo again is player 2. At least before replaces, there are no Darkfire sacrifices.
Okay, I successfully closed my eyes enough so I didn't see the victor.
Yeah, unfortunately, I record all of the most of the results of matches, and so I don't know. My memory just kind of remembers most of the ways they technically end up. But
I enjoy being surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, they both run Hollow Grovekeeper.
That's interesting. I've thought about running it in Wanderer. I'm not sold on it yet, but it's honestly not a bad card. Like, especially after Wanderer is out, it brings it to like pre-release testing version of the card that I got to play with and almost no one else did because it was in testing, where it was a 4/5, and 4/5 Grovekeeper is damn good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about Wanderer, right? Things with +1/+1 and Duelist, they're pretty good.
I've even considered playing Keeper, to be honest. I think Keeper is actually not a bad card to play.
I have played Keeper on like a Smurf Wanderer where I didn't have all the cards, but I had a Keeper.
How'd it play for you? From the game?
Okay, but not amazing. It was fun to play it as a 4/5 and remember the good old days, but
fair enough.
It did usually get back a 2-drop because you play a lot of random 2-drops.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the game and see.
It's like getting back a 3-drop.
Yeah, exactly. So we have Makuta starting out with Young Sil, which is the best open you can do in that deck, except for Crypto with the Flash Wanderer, which is the best opener you can do in that deck. And we have Crypto BBS probably from Hobo, which is also really powerful. If he's going to do it, though, I would want him to do it defensively, I think.
Yeah.
Not that type of defensive. This is okay. I'm just not a huge fan of this type of defensive open because it leaves yourself open to a lot of things that, everything's going to die here, effectively.
Yeah.
The Crypto might not, but, you're giving up so much tempo here. Whereas if you move to, the top left, or say the top right, and defensively open with the Crypto BBS, I just think you're in a stronger position.
Mm. We also see Makuta here with the Jax plus Scorn or Crater combo.
I mean,
if you're on board.
I don't know. I run it too.
Oh no! I run it too. I was just musing on the fact that it was both in the hand.
It's pretty good, especially when you run the random Twin Fang and you're just like, haha. Did you have a blood source? Did I not see that? Was that behind my mic? Oh yeah, it's natural. Okay. I'm actually really surprised to see the natural play there. I don't know that a 2/1 is really worth doing that for.
I really don't think so. I think that you can save that, possibly even for a Wanderer. I don't think it's that difficult, given how much stuff is getting traded off, to just go into a Wanderer turn where you can just natural a Wanderer in these matchups. I guess with BBS it's a little harder, but maybe it's a little greedy.
Makuta just needs to wait for one more turn, and then you can Grovekeeper down that Primus. And I actually would think that is actually the play. You don't actually attack here, and you just play Restcaller, Mystic, and Pass. You can play behind him as well.
Yeah.
I think you replace the Pandora first, probably, but...
Yeah, I think you do get rid of the Pandora. Man, why is Primus Shield Master such a good card?
Oh,
hey!
Well, is that better?
I think it is.
Better.
I think it's better.
Yeah, probably is, especially because you can use the Young Silithar as a daisy chain to get the Primus behind, or not. Okay.
Nah, I don't like playing it. Well, No, I don't like playing it there. I don't like giving him the clear on it.
Yeah, I think you played it to the bottom right of Lilith by moving the Young Silithar up. Or even just play it defensively because you want to Grove Keeper it for next turn.
Yeah.
I think giving the trade here is probably pretty bad.
Oh, not that defensively there, Makuta.
That's okay. That's okay, I think.
Yeah, no, that's okay. 2 behind it I would not like.
Yeah. No, for sure. This I
Play
think
is
is
a
okay.
little bit greedy, but if they don't see the signal of Hollow Grove Keeper, then it's pretty reasonable.
That's a pretty hard signal. I don't know.
It's a pretty hard signal, and especially since you didn't see it in previous games. But
I would be super surprised if he played around Grove Keeper. I'm also really surprised he got rid of the Dark Trans. I feel like that's one of the stronger cards you could keep there.
yeah, especially since Wanderer is coming down in 2 turns. Well, I guess they have 2 answers for it. They have a Paragon.
Yeah. He replaced Into the Mystic, so okay, maybe not. Yeah, he has a Paragon to answer it, and he wants to keep the Reaper, which I think you develop here.
I wonder if Hobo is playing Furor Chakram. I haven't seen it in 3 games. It's in my mind, the strongest card in Abyssian right now.
Yeah, I agree. That's I'm actually
when I looked
surprised.
at Reaper in their hand, I was like, wait, I haven't even. I was having flashbacks of 7/3 Reaper.
I'm actually really surprised he went for this line of play. It's totally fine. But developing the Reaper onto a pretty empty board is just so valuable.
Yeah, that is what was making me think about it. And actually, the Hollow Grove Keeper here isn't even great. I mean, it's just going to get eaten by a Fizzling Mystic.
I think it's all right. You can actually protect against that. You move the Primus Shield Master to the top left. If you move Primus Shield Master to the top... Oh, no, that's right. Grove Keeper gets provoked. Never mind.
Yeah, it has provoke, so...
Just a prank.
Just a silly little prank.
Yeah, the Wanderer comes down and gets eaten, so yeah, this isn't even that good now.
Yeah.
I think it's his best play still, though. Yeah, he gets to clear 2 Wraithlings, and he can play Jax next turn.
Mm-hmm. No, and it does allow you to kind of mitigate the loss that you're going to take from the Wanderer coming down. You can actually remove the 2-1. Yeah, I like this.
Oh, yeah.
Wraithlings.
That's true.
Just kick that.
I don't know. I'm always... when it comes to clearing Blood Tier or clearing Wraithling, I'm generally in favor of clearing Wraithlings just because of stuff like Inkling Swarm and Wraithbound.
I don't know. I found that Lilith Wanderer decks are a little bit less successful when they try and go more hard on the Wraithling strategies, just because the cards are so few and far between. And so if I'm afraid of my opponent having a better deck, then I think I'm more likely to just clear the bigger statted body.
That makes sense. I can totally see that.
Because then it would be unlikely that they also have the Wraithling payoff card.
Yeah, so
I actually remember my first Wanderer Lilith deck that I built way back near the start of this. I had mostly spells. It was so bad. Oh man.
So it was when people built Ox because people were like, nah, you still need a ton of spells on Ox.
Yeah.
I don't like attacking the Shield Master there. I don't really get it.
Yeah. It's pretty okay. So Makuta does have the clear into the safe egg, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, he does. I don't know. I think you have to develop Jax here. Developing Wanderer into a Wanderer is such a bad turn because he just clears your Wanderer and then redevelops buffed minions, and it's so hard to keep up with doing that.
Yeah. No, I totally like developing the Jax, and you look at their hand and there's nothing for it.
But he's been pretty adverse to actually play the Jax this entire set.
Not today.
Apparently not. Or what?
Goes and replaces the Jax.
Wanderer's grayed out just due to a visual bug on replay. Now that's it's fine. It's active. It's okay.
Yeah. No, Wanderer. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Develop the Jax. Ah!
That was so loud. Oh my god.
It was painful.
All
I was
right.
really amazed that I was able to hold the note that long.
That was good. I really don't like this play though. Like,
Yeah, no. Oh man, like doing the reverse order on this is so much more powerful. There's so fewer answers.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just play Jack. Jax wins these matchups.
Yeah.
Play the Jax.
Well, now Reaper of the Nine Moons is gonna win this matchup.
Yeah, for real. But no, like I think the game is like still winnable, but just
It's still
because,
winnable, but it's harder. I mean, you can just EMP the Reaper, but that's not even great. Like, you're just killing off a Reaper.
So I think the play here is you do EMP, but you EMP with like not moving. You stay where you are in EMP. That way you try to get him to move forward to get a good Paragon.
That makes sense.
Like I think this is just like a chess game now. Because everyone's too far away to really threaten each other for lethal. So it's just like a matter of using your resources well. In that vein, I'd probably replace Rust Collar first, I imagine.
Unless you're afraid of Chakram. You don't have a way to deal with the Chakram of one. Well, no, you have an EMP, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow!
No! I'm so sad.
Oh, man. I didn't have to hold my note as long that time.
Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna go yell at Makuto later. Like, I actually am legit gonna go ask him why though. I'm really curious what his motive is because I don't really get it. Like I'm sure there's a reason why he's like being a person playing it, but I'm just like not sure what that is. There's like a ringing in my ear now, by the way. Thank you.
I apologize.
Oh, he got beat up by the. So he did do the exact play I was talking about, but he doesn't get beat up by the Paragon there. Which is a shame. He can do his own Paragon to still get pretty good value.
But it's not even much. Like,
it's all
there's still
right.
4.
Elbow's also playing around it.
Yeah.
You just want to find Rebuke here, I guess. Like, Rebuke on an empty board for you is really good.
Yeah, where you don't want to be as Wanderer is saying you want to find this one card. You want to be saying, I know the number of cards I can find that will make this livable.
You know what would still be good here? Jax. It'd still be good. It'd be less good, but it'd still be good.
I disagree at this point.
What? No.
All of them would die. All of them would die.
No, one would live. One would live.
Okay, well, 1 would live. 3 living and 1 living are 2 very different situations.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, I don't really know what you do here now. The big issue here is like in this type of situation, Wanderer Rag will commonly want to just kill the opponent if they're behind by finding a hatch plus fort. But that's not going to do enough. He's at 22.
Yep.
So I don't
just stayed away this entire game.
Yeah, I don't know what the out here is. I guess you have to Rebuke, right? Like you have to find Rebuke to get an empty board, and then you get Jax again, and you play Jax.
I like how part of the plan is now finding Jax again.
The card that should have never been lost.
Rave is very adamant about this, but I agree that especially right now, Jax is a very, very powerful card.
Yeah, I don't know. Like just speaking, yeah. See, there we go. Perfect. It's bad.
All right, step 1 is completed.
But yeah, speaking from practical experience, like Jax just wins these matchups. Like there's not enough answers to it. Especially after Wanderer, because Scorn being the common answer no longer does anything.
Yep, but at this point, I think it's a little too late. I think the damage is going to start coming down.
Yeah, with him playing Deso behind him, I agree. If you can kite back defensively, I don't necessarily agree because 3 of the 5 could likely live with this board positioning, but now it's pretty risky.
Do you think that Hobo should have replaced either of the cards they had?
No, I don't think so. I like his hand. I think he's in a strong position, and he has a Desolator for repeated value here. So, holding on to some utility tech cards, I think is fine.
Yeah, that's fair. And this feels bad for Makuta. Oh man.
They are both getting kind of low on cards, though. So
Yeah, but I don't know. Hobo is just able to keep pushing damage face. And...
yeah. Oh.
Oh, is that lethal? No, not quite. I don't think it's quite.
That is spicy.
That's a card that can pull lethal. I like this card in the Wanderer Mirror. You get a lot of big, stupid guys.
Yeah. Do they come in double buffed? I don't remember if it summons a copy.
I don't think they
We'll
come
find out.
Yeah. Let's unleash some dancing blades.
All right, is it going to be a 6/7?
Nah, but it still deals 10. Which is interesting because it's one of those situations where it's not lethal, and this is the kind of thing where Makuta could pull back from.
Yeah, it is.
Not
it's
easily,
tough.
but like, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Removal.
Because like you kill the top one and you move into the corner, and then you play Jax and you play Ragebinder and you double body block effectively. And depending on what the opponent has, you're dead. And I mean, he has a ritual, so you probably are dead and punished. But I think that's the only way you really come back here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got a review.
Yeah, I think you should replace first, absolutely. Like you replace Rust Crawler here if you're gonna do anything.
Yeah.
If you tried Rebuke is just like a better play.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I agree with
They're
this.
going for that replace last into Rebuke after they can't play it. I think that's the plan.
That'd be really unfortunate. Yeah, I don't like.
I mean, I guess they're just going for like play out your whole hand. It's still going to lose to the.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the replace after, right? Because he got the Bone Reaper. But yeah, it won't end up mattering. He has Ritual and Punish.
Yeah. That's a healthy suite of removal that they've been holding on to.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's the luxury you're afforded to, right? When you're that far ahead.
Yep. No, they were able to keep this advantage the whole time. So our prediction was correct.
Yeah.
Although I do think that things could have gone much differently had Makuta played Jax on that turn where I screamed for like 30 seconds straight.
Yeah. I mean, both played really well. I just think today, Hobo played a little bit better, and that's what got him the win.
Mm-hmm.
If, on a different day, could have definitely went the other way for sure.
Yeah, no. But great series. I mean, every Wanderer Mirror feels like a great series to me.
Yeah, no, I actually completely agree. Specifically because a lot of the times where Wanderer opens up Flash or Darkfire or what have you, are times where other Wanderer mirrors can actually fight against it a lot of the time. Like, not all the time. Sometimes they just lose, and those games are like non-games. But
yeah,
I find that those decks are some of the decks that, like, we saw in this series alone, are some of the decks that can give you a better match in that regard, like climbing back up.
Mm-hmm. No,
so you tend to get like really competitive series.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It really. Wanderer Mirrors are some of my favorite matchups that I've played in Duelist. It's like some of the most interactive, interesting ones. I don't know. Personally, for me, it's a really, really, really great feeling, and I'm kind of happy that we get to experience so much of it.
Yeah, I actually completely agree. It reminds me of playing Q-Draw, actually, a lot of the time.
Yeah. No. But
yeah, so I think that's the last of the games we had for today, right?
I think we are actually doing the other one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we got Alex.
Oh, okay, cool. I can do one more.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
One more is good. I think we've actually done more than we meant to. We meant to do like 4. I think we're on 5. But
we're on more than 5, aren't we?
Hmm?
I think we're actually on more than 5, aren't we?
Wow, actually, you've been keeping us full of games.
3. Oh no, you're right. This is 5.
Okay.
No, you're right.
But I'm sure people are happy to get to see more more stuff, and we get to see Nemetin play.
That's exciting.
Was the thing that I thought might excite you in choosing this match.
Yeah, I did not know that when I chose it. I'm excited. It's Nemetin versus Wanderer. This is great.
Yeah. And I mean, okay. So, you know what's really one of the well-designed things I think from Trial of Mithron? Is the fact that Wanderer is this incredibly powerful, like, mid-range strat that can just punish almost anything, but can die to really greedy strategies. And all the other trials are just these stupid, greedy strategies. You actually play against Wanderer, but die to so much, like, just normal stuff.
Fantastic. All right, let's get into attack. I'm so excited. I want to watch this. Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh yeah, I forgot Death Grip is 2 mana. Scrivener.
So that sounds like a nerf you're more in favor of? Seeing as I knew we were talking about nerfs you're in favor and against.
I actually wasn't like super in favor of it. There's other nerfs I would have preferred to see, but it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's a nerf I think they should have received. If they weren't receiving the other ones, I would have rather saw. Like, I have much bigger issues with Gravity Ball than I do with Death Grip.
That's an interesting hot take there. As I do not believe most people would agree with you.
Yeah, everyone else is wrong. It's okay. But I don't want to focus on that too much. I want to focus on the sweet plays in this game. Because we have Bone Chill Barrier turn 1, and then we're going to see Crypto BBS Gibbet. Which is Crypto Gibbet? Yeah, Crypto Gibbet. Gibbet's really powerful here, potentially, right? Like, it can kill Bone Chills and develop things and not die.
Yeah, no, and when it develops or kills Bone Chills specifically, it makes an unfrozen Gibbet.
Which is good, because frozen Gibbets are not very fun.
Gibbets are fun.
That is true. Gibbet, I think Gibbet is one of the most underrated cards in Duelist, actually.
I don't think I disagree with you.
It's just such a crazy card. It's just like, there's a couple cards that like kill it too easily, but like if that doesn't happen, it just has so much value.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be rough though. The Bloodtide Priest is not getting the Wraithling off of the. Well, actually, does Gibbet transform or does Gibbet kill?
Gibbet kills. So he should have done that first.
Yeah. Oh man, and the call on the Dowager, which I guess makes sense given that it's Nemetin.
I mean, I absolutely would have attacked, but yeah. I'm not saying like that's a good thing on my part. I'm just being upfront about it. Like,
why would they play Sentinels that are like that in a token?
Yeah, I absolutely would have attacked it, and then I would have went like, wait, what? And then lost.
Lost on the spot.
Yeah, 100%.
So the Bloodtide Priestess died, and that's unfortunate. But they do get to keep a Gibbet around, and the Gibbets get to keep spawning Gibbets. So now there will be 3 Gibbets. And at this point, Alex still doesn't actually know if it's. Or no, they do know because they cast BBS, so they know that it's a Dowager.
All right, I'm just gonna point out for anyone who's like not really fully paying attention, you should probably fully pay attention to this game. It's gonna get wild. You can look at the board and see it's gonna get wild. This is crazy. I like the fact that he's also playing Deathmark. That's a really interesting.
Oh no, they forgot about the Dowager.
No, they ritual. They just wanted to confirm it.
Oh, okay. They're just gonna ritual it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Man, I have never seen Gibbet get so much value, and I love it.
It's just so good.
Like the Gibbet just reversed the Bone Chill Barrier, and that's so cool. So here's a question though: do you get greedy in Primus? Nah, you just
No.
I agree with this.
There's greed, and then there's just being foolish. Is he gonna make the right thing up first? That's actually. All right. Okay, no, he did that first. Yeah. Okay, good. I was gonna say because you want to maximize your chances for the Bone Chill to not be able to kill your Wraithlings.
Yeah.
Which happened anyway, but
they did the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can only ask for that.
Oh man, and now Gibbet can't reach the Kron because they're gonna kill it. I was gonna be like, holy crap, Gibbet's about to take out a Kron. That would actually be the best Gibbet in the history of the world.
Yeah, this is a good point of what I'm saying though. Is like If he just has lore here, lore and Gibbet, he gets another Gibbet. It's great.
Yeah. Also, how great is it that Kron has been reintroduced to the meta in its current state? Like,
I'm really happy about it. Kron is actually one of my favorite cards. I enjoyed the Kron meta.
So
Kron
did I.
is actually one of my favorite metas.
Yes, I completely agree. And you know, now people don't even like get mad about it, so it's even better. You know,
Yeah, we're actually gonna get so much hate mail for saying Kron meta was one of our favorite metas. Holy crap!
No. Kron meta is considered to be one of the better metas that people didn't like. You know, we aren't like advocating for Blast Cat or like
That's true.
like aggro Songhai or
Whew, I thought you were about to say Fun Steel because I loved Fun Steel meta for the month it was in. That stuff was so much fun. Yeah, pulling the same token off Kron legitimately does feel bad.
yeah.
He's pretty close to completing though. Like all things considered, because he has a lot of things that are just like really tough to get off the board, like one of the Bone Chills and one of the Flyers.
Yeah, and the Wintertide coming down makes that 3 coming up.
Wintertide is another card.
They have Embla coming down next turn. Nah,
Although
totally gonna fire off.
that positioning is a bit weird to me though.
What do you dislike about it?
I don't know that I cared like too much if the Gibbets traded in necessarily.
I think I would.
But-
I mean, those things are going to be 7/7s in like 2 turns.
Yeah,
And they mean the Gibbets can't move forward.
that's fair. But oh yeah, just speaking quickly, like that's another card I just wanted to call out. Is like, even though I literally can't remember the name because I don't remember the name of anything that's not from the testing name. The make the 3 2/2s Vespers, the thing that was just played.
Wintertide.
Yeah, that is another card I feel is like pretty underrated. That's more to do
Yeah.
with like Vinar not being in a good spot, I think. But like, it's such a good value proposition, especially in Kara.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. Also, this is a really awkward turn for Alex. They do have great answers to.
It's actually pretty strong, to be fair. He gets a big Gibbet here, actually.
That's fair. Now, Gibbet is going to get real strong.
Especially because of the Death Mark. He kills
Yeah,
that.
that's cute. And then you can even provoke with the Rocky. Ah, nice, yeah.
And he gets to kill a Bone Chill as well to put this even further beyond.
Yeah, okay, never mind. This turn is, like, pretty great.
Yeah, he is going plus ultra right now.
What do you think about putting the Rocky there, though? I like putting the Rocky behind the Gibbet.
Yeah, I like putting it behind the Gibbet, absolutely. You want it to just body block and not be able to be moved by the Wintertides.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, though, like, that said, he's in a really difficult spot still in terms of, like, being able to deal with his board. His hand doesn't actually do it. He needs to replace into something.
Mm-hmm.
Because Deathfire Crescendo is a very silly card sometimes.
Yeah. Although, Zeza does have to play the Embla pretty...
I wonder if you do play the Embla. I think you replace DFG first, but...
Yeah, I think you replace first, but I don't like this. I like playing the Embla in front of me. Alright, well, they got lucky on the gravity balls. Oh, well, I guess it would have created an L shape, so they would have needed to kill way more.
Well, I mean, you replace Primus here and look for any number of things, I think. You definitely do not replace Blazehound.
Yeah, no, because Blazehound can draw you into more outs.
Why is he...
Oh, Alex says they miss lethal here.
Wait, how?
Well, no, I'm assuming with what they replaced. They're in chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm looking at chat. I was just like, how did you miss lethal? But yeah, if it's something you replace into, that makes sense. That's why you always replace last and draw last.
Oh, wait. They could have attacked. No, they couldn't.
What?
You didn't miss lethal, Alex. I think they're thinking that they could have attacked into the 3/3 Blazing Spines and then attacked up.
He's saying that maybe it's next turn. He's just sure he misses lethal, so we get to watch a fail. That's always fun. Oh, you got Maw. Does that change anything?
I don't think that actually affects lethal.
You attack there. No, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
that doesn't change anything.
the bottom Gibbet was blocked off. Or the Gibbet was provoked on the bottom by... But you couldn't have killed the provoke wall. Nah, you couldn't have killed the provoke wall.
Yeah, there's no way you kill here, dude.
Yeah, no. You're good, Alex. You didn't actually miss lethal. We're pretty certain you didn't. Because there's a gravity well below you, so you still need to attack into that with the Gibbet or with Lilith, and then you need to attack into the top left one with Lilith.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Well. So you didn't miss lethal. It was unfortunate for you because Nemeton comes down and whoops you, but you didn't actually screw that up, so you get to go home with that feeling.
Oh, does he die? Oh, yeah, I guess you do die in Nemeton here. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, that happens.
Oh man, didn't go for the real BM finish though, which is or no, it's not Winter's Wake. They can't actually move the Luminous Charge up and go into the Thunderhorn to proc the Luminous Charges around Lilith for lethal.
Yeah, I mean, that was just like... That was just, like, unfortunate. Like, the amount of provoke walls that he got there was just... it was just unfortunate, right? Like, if you don't get that many provoke walls, that Maw likely represents lethal.
I don't know. Chat seems convinced that the Gibbet could have gone face.
I don't understand how.
Neither do I.
The only way that you can, like, the only way you can Maw the, like, what are you mawing? Because you have to...
Yeah.
There's no way. What wall? Like, you can't attack the Blazing Spines because you're provoked. I'm so confused. Okay, Gibbet hits the Blazing Spine, sure.
Somebody should go back in the cast and screen cap.
No, they're wrong though, because the bottom Gibbet was also provoked. Like, that's none of this works.
I'm fairly certain that it was provoked, and if the bottom Gibbet was provoked, then I'm pretty certain there was no way to find lethal there. Or at least, Alex, you can feel good to know that both of the casters would also have missed lethal if that was the case. And stand staunchly by that.
Yeah, Spleen, just to, it was provoked. Like, it was provoked by the bottom one, so you still can't do that. Yeah. Okay. I was like, I'm tired, and I don't think I'm that tired. I might not be able to talk, but I can at least, like, look at board states. Oh, man. All right, let's get into the next game. If Tacto would be so kind. Thank you very much. Oh, man, I'm hungry. I'm looking forward to eating after this.
Eating is good stuff.
This has been super fun, though. I've had a blast.
I'm glad. I always have a blast every week. No, now, Gerber, that's too late. You need to go earlier in the turn. You need to go to the start of the turn for the screen cap. Also, dang that...
The big play button.
Yeah,
this is also a really big play.
Nemeton turn.
This is actually why you specifically do not play the Gravity Well in front against Vinar. Because Gravity Well is a stupid broken card.
Oh man, this is actually really, really painful.
He can't attack with his general now. Wait, what? Why would you... No? I don't know. I always hate when people take the tile to deny a tile. I actually kind of like the crescendo here, as I call it. That's actually pretty cute.
It is painful, though, because you trigger their Dowager and you...
Well, you don't attack with your leader. You just become a 3/6.
That seems so...
You become a 3/6. It's huge.
I don't know. I wouldn't risk that.
If it's like their main link on, I agree with you. But like, I don't know, like making a big 3/6 is like, what do they do versus it? All of Vinar's removal is now overcosted. Like, they can have an aspect in hand.
Like, they're so far ahead on board that I don't really care.
Well, you'll eventually have to care though, right? Like, that's the thing.
I don't know.
Like, I can see the argument for not doing it, but like, I don't know. The Primus doesn't do anything there either. Crescendo doesn't get punished by. I disagree. I like super hard disagree that it gets punished. Like, if they spend 2 mana and a card to transform it into your 1/4 into a 3/3, you're happy with that trade, right? Because you spent a card, they spent a card, but you're further ahead. This Breath is a really good play, though.
Yeah, that's pretty backbreaking. Also, they do have the Thunderhorn, which is pretty nice.
You say backbreaking, but like they're going into a 7 mana turn.
I mean, it got them out of a really tight spot.
That's fair.
You know, it's like
oh my god,
your back is already broken, so it's just a parody of broken.
Wait, Ziza, what are you doing? Why are you not just putting double malicious wisp and making your opponent kill themselves?
How did they go double?
He was at 7 mana, wasn't he?
No, he was at.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right. No, that much right. Yeah, never mind. Oh, I was like, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, but no. He's still just like screwed though.
Yeah, I mean, they get the mana back, and they get to go ahead a little bit.
He gets to play Emblem though.
That's true.
Yeah, he was at 6. You're right. I'm sorry, chat. I am hungry and tired. Whoa. Okay. He plays Wraith Crown.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. This is such a good Embla.
Yeah. Embla can't complete the trial on their own, right? Well, I guess we find out now if Embla can complete the trial on their own, because that's definitely...
yeah, I got one of everything.
4. Nah, 4 kinds. Oh, but the Necrotic Sphere.
Necrotic Sphere is good.
I mean, it kills all the tokens, which is really relevant against a Nemeton deck.
Not only that, he has a Wraith Crown or a Wanderer for the next turn. That's actually like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like the perfect answer for this. Wait, what? No, don't do that.
No, play the sweet Necrotic Sphere.
I really hope he doesn't think he can move up so that he can necrotic the thing.
That would be so painful. Don't do it. You can't do it. You're provoked. You're provoked, my guy.
Okay, but now just necrotic.
Yeah, now just necrotic. Do I need to get my yellow?
No.
Oh.
No. I get the reasoning, but this is super risky for a number of reasons. And number one is that he has 3 on the board, so he needs, is it 5 or 6? I don't remember offhand.
5, I think.
Yeah, so he only needs 2 more then.
Yeah,
that's not very hard.
They are able to get with the Sentinel plus Gravity Well.
Yep. But yeah, like when you're playing against Nemeton, your only goal is to clear the tokens. Like I've intentionally procced Sentinels before to stop it from being a Sentinel.
Yeah.
In fact, that's one of the things I love about the archetype is that you're just able to there's so much agency and decision making in terms of what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of why I'm sad it's not the best, but I think it's okay.
It's really cool, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this game is just about over.
Yeah, this is. I think actually that Alex would have won this game if he had necrotic.
Yeah. But you know, when you're learning.
Yeah, there's no harm in it.
Yeah, especially against a deck that you don't really see very often.
Yeah, I don't blame him the slightest for it. It's like.
Oh, I didn't know that it triggers like this. That's painful.
Neither did I.
Oh, that's actually very painful.
Yeah, I actually didn't know it worked like that either.
Well, they at least managed to not proc the Dowager, although by not procking the Dowager, they've made the Dowager into an 8/8.
Yeah. Although there is something to be said for Ziza actually having to be a little bit apprehensive in case of GFC.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually, 16 health is not safe against a DFC.
Although I think they would have been okay just running away. I mean, I guess they're actually low on cards though. They don't have all that much.
Is he gonna? Okay, yeah. Okay, that was almost really, really smart. I thought he guaranteed the spawn, but yeah, he didn't, so it's behind him. So yeah, he could technically lose to DFC here. I mean, he's not going to, but.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Zaza's a 3-0 Nemeton list this week. So
that was a really cool series.
Yeah. But I think that's all we have time for.
Yeah, I want to go eat.
Yeah.
So bad. But yeah, huge shout out to Zaza. That was a really cool list.
Yeah.
He wasn't already played, it was replaced. But yeah, that was a really, really cool set to watch. I love Edmonton, and huge shout out to all the people who were playing. Those were awesome games to cast.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That was a lot of fun. I actually forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, what I was going to say. I remember now. I checked the image that Noun Verber sent in chat. I still cannot find lethal.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah. So, I will stand by there not being lethal in that play. But hey, Mr. Mammoth, you can always watch the replay either here on Twitch or when we get up on YouTube. So there's plenty of Meltdown Town. I'm not sure if we're having our EU cast. I know that at least 2 of the people from last week aren't available, but Icicle might be going gung-ho and doing it on their own.
I'll talk to you about that later. Depending on the time, I might be down to double cast.
I will probably not, because I need to be getting a bunch of stuff done for next week, like compiling the data for the tournament report, making sure people get me their deck lists. By the way, people who are in Meltdown League, please get me your deck lists. You've got 25 hours to do so.
All right. I gave you my list already.
Yeah, you're good. You're good, Rev. You're one of the good ones.
Hell yeah.
But all right. Thanks, everybody, for coming by. And we'll see you next week, or someone may see you tomorrow from us.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for thanks so much for having me. I had a blast casting. This was a lot of fun. And the games are awesome, and I had a super good time. So cheers, guys.
Also, thanks to Tactical for doing production.
Yeah, Tactical is greatest of all time.
Yeah.